Welcome to Channel 1.
Keep going.
Welcome to Channel 1 ITV's In the Grand Scheme of Things, where we talk about live podcasts and dead wrestlers. My name's Devin.
How dare you?
I'm Sam at Alfred75 on Twitter.
Hello, friends. I'm at Bombay Gunrunner on the Twitters.
And he's alive too.
This is Dustin. I'm at Bratch77 on the Twitters.
I'm Aaron Grant. I'm at Aaron Grant on Twitter. I'm alive.
All right.
And
we're all alive.
We're on the 18th green here at the Masters.
It's been
actually, Aaron's not. She's a woman. They're not allowed.
That's right.
Oh, wow!
We're talking about Augusta National.
Oh,
you're not allowed.
Right. I'm like, what are we talking
That's
about?
racist.
They will allow you to make the golfers a sandwich, but not actually.
You can serve them Arnold Palmers all day long, but you can't
Arnold
play
Palmers.
like Arnold Palmer.
The Masters.
The
I've had
Masters
an ass
is
full of the
stupid
Masters, and
anyway.
they just started today.
A tradition like all the rest.
Yes, a tradition like every other golf tournament. There's a winner and there are losers, and you play for 4 days.
And you wear a green jacket. Whoopee.
Gold jacket, green jacket.
We've been gone for roughly 3.5 years. We've all caught the croup or the black plague or something
Bird
like that.
flu, swine flu.
All kinds of
Norovirus.
stuff. I think Devin nearly died.
Nearly.
Dustin nearly died, but
I just cracked a rib.
I survived.
You had a problem. You had a problem with steroids, didn't you?
Dustin. I've always told you get off the steroids. So, give me a topic. I'll talk about it.
Oh,
Ultimate Warrior.
man.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, Ultimate Warrior.
WrestleMania 30. That's how long it's been since we've been on here.
1987.
I watched WrestleMania 3. Dustin watched WrestleMania 3. Did anybody else watch WrestleMania 3?
No, I did see
I've watched it several times.
I was probably sick.
You watched it several times.
3.
You said 3.
Oh, well, 30.
Silverdome.
Yeah, several.
Damn you, Aaron. Got me on WrestleMania 3.
Well, I saw the first part of Raw where the whole Daniel Bryan Love Fest
Daniel
was,
Bryan, unbelievable. Although the
Unbelievable. I mean, we saw this coming 8 months
we
ago.
did, but still, it was still a shock to me. After all the time that they screwed him over, I was still kind of shocked that he actually won, and then they let him actually keep the title.
Yeah, that was the shocker. Monday night.
I've seen him win the title before and then immediately get it
You never
stolen
know.
away.
You never know. He, on that Monday night Raw after the pay per view, he might have walked out on the stage there, did his yes, and someone shoot him in the back and take the title from him.
Did you get a sense? A lot of people are saying this, that it's a bit of a changing of the guard now after WrestleMania. We saw the Undertaker lose. They said actually
Screw him.
They said Vince McMahon actually didn't have a lot to do with the event itself.
They said that Vince actually went to the hospital with the Undertaker because the Undertaker supposedly suffered a concussion.
I bet it'll
the
keep him
match.
out at least a year.
There is a conspiracy. There is a conspiracy.
I think. Are they taking odds in Vegas on that?
There is a conspiracy that the Undertaker's concussion led to some sort of a change in the finish of the match, and maybe perhaps Brock Lesnar was not supposed to beat the streak.
What do you think?
Didn't see it, but
She didn't see it. How's she going to be
But
able
no,
to comment on it?
I was very surprised. Like, why are they going to write this and have the Undertaker come back and not win? So you think this impediment cost him was not what was written.
They only built it up 3 weeks.
And then they didn't even-
It was
they
late.
It
built
was
They didn't even do
awesome
it
when
well.
they announced it when
Yeah,
he came
but-
in the ring and
But 3 weeks
put
build
Brock
up?
through the table.
Right, I mean, they essentially let The Undertaker beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar for 3 weeks. Then Lesnar puts him in an F5 on the go-home brawl. And then you're supposed to say, all right, I don't have any reason to believe that Brock Lesnar is going to win this. A, because it's fake. It's predetermined. So why would they let the streak be beaten by a guy who's only there essentially part-time? One of the part-time wrestlers that CM Punk essentially quit over.
Let's be real.
And
here.
why would you
And
not?
the Undertaker can't even claim to be part time.
Well, that's true. But he's wrestled
He's
there.
seasonal.
He wrestled there for the majority of his career. It's where he made his bones. So he's got more reason to wrestle at WrestleMania than Brock Lesnar does, who shows up about 10 Raws a year.
What about Batista?
Batista? Well, since he's been there, he's been there. So
Yeah, but I just thought Batista coming in was stupid because he came in like 2 weeks before Raw and didn't even have a match, or 2 weeks before Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I don't even think
Actually,
he even had a
maybe
match.
I think he was the red herring.
And when he was in the Royal Rumble, I was less shocked that the streak ended than I wasn't even remotely shocked that Batista won the Royal Rumble. We all knew, just like during the Andre the Giant 30-man Memorial Battle Royal, as soon as we, you couldn't really tell who was in it.
Dustin, we were discussing who we thought would win it, and I told Dustin, I said it'll probably get down to the end of Cesaro, the Big Show,
who was,
Sheamus,
by the way,
and somebody else who I got wrong. Alberto Del Rio ended up being the fourth, but I got three of the four.
Who were the three mystery participants?
Well, one of them was Cesaro.
See, that was the thing.
See, I saw this big thing, but it said that three people were
We were
announced.
discussing when the match started, there were so many people in there, you really couldn't see who was in there. But as soon as we saw that Cesaro was in there, we knew who was going to win.
And then, besides The Undertaker losing, the other biggest shock was to see Cesaro handily pick up the Big Show and kind of walk him around and then throw him over the top rope. It was unbelievable. And then, what I like most about The Undertaker losing is the reaction of the fans.
Yeah.
I heard that people who were there said that kids were sobbing and security was trying to tell them, it didn't count, it didn't count. He still got the streak to try to get him to quit crying.
I thought they were going to restart the match or something.
People were leaving
they
angrily, throwing stuff down and yelling and cursing.
Did people leave? I thought I'd heard people left. I don't know if it was
that's
reported
what
from
I
Twitter.
heard. So from people there said that they were leaving the show.
I think it came down to, I guess Undertaker probably made the call.
Well,
the Undertaker's old school. If this is his last match, he's going to want to go out on his back. Like he's going to want to go out on his shield. Like
well,
a
he
warrior.
could come back next year. There's talk of him and Sting next year.
Well, it would take a year to build that up probably because they both would probably need that long to get.
I'll tell you what kind of leads
you
me.
can tell that the Undertaker was not in great shape, and he was in better shape last year when he fought CM Punk. That was the best match on WrestleMania last year.
I didn't pay a whole hell of a lot of attention to the match.
The one thing that kind of leads me to believe that it was predetermined and not the injury changing things up was that if you watch WrestleMania, especially WrestleMania, they have strategic, shots that they want to get because they want to pull photos out of them. Like whenever Daniel Bryan wins, and all of a sudden there's this perfect grandiose shot of him holding both titles up and the big WrestleMania thing in the background. So whenever the Undertaker got beat and all of a sudden it's boom, dude with the eyes bugging out of his head because he can't believe what he saw, kid crying, and then all this other stuff.
All this perfectly, yeah.
I
It was
listened
perfect.
to Tuesday's edition of the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, and Stone Cold said he was in the production truck. He was going to leave, but decided to go see Kevin Dunn, who's the head of production, and watch the match in the production truck. And he said that Kevin Dunn, after it was over, he's like, all right, get a shot of that. Get a shot of the crowd. Quick, get a shot of the crowd, because the people were freaking out. So I don't necessarily know that part was planned. So
I think I've heard that maybe 5 people tops knew what was going to happen. I don't even think Paul Lee knew about it.
I think he definitely looked like he didn't know.
I know.
Somebody said the referee even kind of acted after the 3 count like maybe, that shouldn't have happened, but maybe he was acting shocked as well. Undertaker, nah.
He didn't plan to get a concussion.
No.
I mean, was that legit?
That, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shit, they get concussions.
Well, I'm saying, though,
They
if
were
that was the
saying
reason
that,
he didn't win.
Christian,
I think it was going to happen anyway.
they were talking
Right.
like Christian is getting ready to retire because he just had like his 4th concussion or whatever a couple of weeks ago, and then he was going to have to retire because he was having that one too many concussion. I don't know what the limit is, but I think they were saying Christian was getting too close.
Christopher Nowinski made a big issue about it, and I don't know how many he suffered from, but Undertaker, I don't.
So
think
Undertaker, he went down. But anyway, did anybody watch the Hall of Fame induction?
I saw clips of it.
We watched
No.
till about after the Final
T?
Four game. We watched till about 3:00 in the morning, but we stopped right at Carlos Colon.
Yeah,
and the Undertaker was last, so we didn't see the Undertaker's speech, but
he
we
didn't
fast
talk.
forwarded through Mr. T.
I think he just came out and raised the urn.
Mr.
and that was
T?
it. Mr. T was inducted.
They have
talked about his mother.
They
all the
have
time.
a celebrity wing.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm not sure where the actual Hall
And
of Fame
apparently-
is to have the wing.
I
but-
fast forwarded through a bunch of it.
So
and they
Betty
said
White's in that?
No, she hasn't been there. Pete Rose is in
Pete
there.
Rose is in
Pete
it.
Rose.
Did Bob Uecker go in?
Surely, but I don't
Surely.
know.
But
Don't
Mr.
call
T
me
was in
Shirley.
two
Oh
WrestleMania
yeah, I
matches.
understand.
Mr. T should have been the first one to go in.
He should have. I think he turned it down.
Maybe.
Once
But
or
anyway,
something.
his speech was mostly about God and his mom.
Pretty much.
It was probably 80-20 mom and then 20%
They said he
God.
didn't even mention wrestling. I don't think. Vince
No.
probably liked that. He doesn't.
And
like the
apparently
word.
they cut him off, I guess, because
I
he
read
was
that
upset.
they cut him off.
Kane came.
But we fast forwarded
Yeah.
through it because it was just shit. Every one of those speeches were almost like 30 minutes of stuff. Scott Hall's was actually kind of short.
Now, wasn't he inducted as Razor Ramon?
Yes.
Okay.
It was Razor
It was
Ramon.
interesting.
Because that's where he made his bones. That's Razor Ramon.
Pretty much.
He wasn't quite the F up as Razor Ramon as he became with Scott Hall.
But oddly enough, Jake looked the best out of all of them next to Mr. T.
He didn't sound very good,
No.
but he looked healthy. He did a podcast with Jim Ross on the Ross Report that I haven't finished yet, but people are saying that it was really good. If you're a huge fan of the psychology, wrestling psychology and stuff, it's one to listen to. But
Right.
he's working on a book. He said he's got 600 pages and he hasn't even got to the WWF yet.
Good lord.
He said his
I could
second
see
book
that.
will be the WWF years, and then his third book will be, I guess you'd say, the Lost Years.
The end of it.
So, Ultimate Warrior apparently, I guess, literally dropped
He
dead
probably
after
heart exploded,
WrestleMania.
probably.
They were in Scottsdale, Arizona, so he'd already flown back.
Oh, I thought he was in New Orleans.
He was
They said
on
he
Raw.
in- said he was
No?
in Scottsdale.
Yeah,
he was
on
in
Raw.
Raw.
Okay, he was
but-
because I saw a clip
Yeah.
of that. And
But he flew
that
home.
Speech.
And then
I
it
thought he
happened.
lived in Scottsdale, but they said that they were at a hotel in Scottsdale. But anyway, and his little speech on Raw was almost kind of, a lot of people were saying it was kind of weird and kind of creepy because it was, talking about legacies and stuff like
Taking
that.
your last breath.
It was
Yeah,
great.
so-
I
Yeah.
thought it was cool.
So I was, but like we were saying earlier, the whole reason when I heard that he was dead, I thought, well, obviously he must have had some sort of terminal disease and only had a few months or weeks or days, and that's why they brought him back. They said Triple H was instrumental in getting him into the Hall of Fame. For all the evil that people seem to think Triple H is, he
Yeah,
seems
he-
to be doing a lot of building up tag team, mending fences with the Warrior,
Yeah.
Scott Hall. Of course, they're all big, but Scott Hall and him are big buddies, but getting Jake in,
He could do
So-
some good. I don't know. I might
and they, like you said, they
take
did-
that back in 3 months.
They are
but-
talking like Vince is. They're actually talking like Vince may actually sell the WWE. I thought it was just bullshit, but with the caveat that they would, of course, be responsible for the programming and everything, but they might actually sell the business. But that's yet to be determined. We've still got the TV contracts coming up
Right.
soon. But Ultimate Warrior, not. I guess when I was a kid was one of my favorites, but not the greatest actual.
He never
wrestler.
was. He never was one of my favorites, even
was
as
exciting.
a kid.
Who did you like?
The music was good.
He was crazy.
Dustin liked Coco Beware.
Oh Lord.
He liked
The Road Warriors, surely.
Oh yeah, the Road Warriors,
Nick Bockwinkel,
Lawler,
Larry Zbyszko.
the Macho Man, of course. I mean, you can't go wrong there.
Right.
But the Colorado Kid.
Just basically anyone who wrestled at one time in Memphis.
I mean,
Although-
that was our.
Jim Hellwig as the Blade Runners
Right.
with Sting wrestled in Memphis.
I never liked the Ultimate Warrior just because I just. It was so. It's kind of like Mojo Rawley.
He's a son of a bitch.
I mean, I never liked it. I never liked the Warriors promos. I never liked his weird speaking in riddles that only he knows how to understand.
It's even better as an adult than it was as a kid.
I mean, I don't understand why
Hulk Hogan.
I don't understand why he wasn't. I don't understand.
He had a really horrible
And
mucus problem.
the 10 worst talkers or whatever. I don't understand. I don't
Dare
understand
you.
why he wasn't in there.
Who did they list as the worst? Kerry?
Kerry Von Erich is the worst. I don't think they've done
No.
that.
Ken
countdown.
Patera, when he came back.
Did
My
you?
God.
Well, you don't have the network, so you would have seen it. But they do a show called Countdown, where I guess they put out a poll and the WWE viewers vote on the top 10 whatever, and they've had catchphrases, finishing moves, biggest backstabs, which
Something involving the Horsemen. I would
which
think.
the biggest backstab was Shawn Michaels turning on Jannetty and throwing him through the window at the barbershop.
I would have said Paul Orndorff.
But they, but
he didn't get thrown through a plate glass
Andre
window.
turning on Hogan was like number 8, so you could tell that the fans who are voting for this
Or 12.
idiots.
Are insane. It's like one of the things that I always point to about how fans voting don't have any idea what they're talking about was back years ago when Chris Redmond was the quarterback at the University of Louisville Kentucky game, and they had a poll who was the best Louisville quarterback, Johnny Unitas or Chris Redmond.
Oh dear God!
Johnny Unitas, who has a statue in Louisville's end zone of their football stadium. Distant second. Distant
Had
second.
a thriving pro career compared to Chris Redmond.
At like 25%.
That's crazy.
So there you go.
Yeah,
But
that's a
Dustin
good
and I
point.
watched, it was a sneak preview. I guess it came on after WrestleMania 30 on the network. It was a sneak preview of Countdown. I don't know why it's a sneak preview. It's been on for
They
weeks.
show the whole damn thing.
But it was the most infamous gimmicks of all time. In other words, the worst gimmicks of all
Gobbledygooker,
time. Gobbledygooker was on there. I mean, but it was great.
Black Scorpion.
No, he wasn't on. It was most.
That's an
I
angle.
don't even remember what number one
I don't
was.
even really remember that either. It was mostly WWE stuff.
Red Rooster. Yeah.
Red Rooster was on there. They had some, I guess, honorable mentions that weren't on there, like Mantar, and I think Doink may have been number 1.
Doink.
What?
Yeah,
Which
I think it was.
when Matt Bourne did it, Doink was a good gimmick.
Evil Doink,
psychotic clown is a good gimmick.
What about the Born Again gimmick? God, we're going everywhere
I
on
don't
this
know what you're
one.
talking about.
Should we
We need to wrap up
So
the
anyway.
wrestling
to
portion.
another Hall of Fame?
Ultimate Warrior's dead. A lot of other wrestlers are dead, and the WWE
Lots.
appeared to be bringing up NXT wrestlers. We saw Alexander Rusev fight on Raw. We saw
Paige,
a video for Dustin's new favorite wrestler, Adam Rose.
Yes, Adam Rose
And
rules.
the Exotic Express. We saw Bo Dallas preview.
Hate him.
Paige won the.
Paige, who I think is really great.
This is
won
fun.
the
I will tell you
title.
this: I don't pay it. I don't keep up with wrestling only through you guys and the websites, whatever. But I don't watch it. So I was telling my brother, "Hey, what about this chick
What's your
Paige?"
problem?
For shame.
He
He's
watches it every week, and he's like, "Who's Paige?" And I show him a picture, and the very next night she wins the title
Yeah.
on Raw. So
She was the NXT Women's Champion.
The
so I don't know what
NXT
she's-
women's division, which pretty much is comprised of like 4 wrestlers, but
No, you got the BFFs. You've
Yeah, there's
got,
2 of them.
You've got Bailey. That's 3.
okay, there's
Summer
5.
Rae. Summer
There-
Rae.
Okay, Summer
Bailey,
Rae.
Paige, Emma.
That's 6.
and the
I
other
don't know,
3, which I
Okay.
believe are mystery days.
I stand
But they
corrected.
can all
6.
wrestle.
But it is infinitely better than the Bellas and Eva Marie and the Funkadactyls and all that other crap. We fast forward through all that. We watch the NXT stuff.
Yeah, those girls can go.
In fact, NXT,
Brand new one tonight, Adam Rose.
I
gonna
know
be on there.
NXT. I hope I don't hurt anybody out there. NXT is much more entertaining than Raw or SmackDown.
So
Much more.
that's your little taste of wrestling. Get the WWE Network. It's worth every penny.
right.
And WWE, if you want to sponsor the podcast,
Yeah,
And
WWE.
Steve.
We will take any kind of money. They are having a show April 26th or 27th Sunday
in
at-
Evansville,
in
Indiana.
Evansville.
at the Ford Center. Is
Really?
that what it's called?
Yeah.
I may put a little call in as the OC monitor and see maybe if we can't land some tickets.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
A big Grand Schemes road trip. See if I can get 5 tickets.
it's about time.
ringside. We can go to the Ford Center.
Can we make signs and all that crap?
Well, you can do whatever you want.
It'd be my
What
first.
kind of? What
I don't
sign
know why
would you
you'd make
I
signs.
don't know.
I don't know why you
yes,
make
yes,
signs.
yes. I don't know any wrestling stuff. I remember.
Make an old one.
Okay,
Make it an old
here's.
one.
There are
this is
no-
a great story. Okay?
There are no TV cameras there, so I don't necessarily know why
okay.
you would bring
Oh,
signs.
What's
I
the story?
still do them. Okay,
no
quick
TV
story.
cameras.
The one Raw I went to in Nashville where they arrested Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's not what the story's about.
You were
But
there
You
for that?
realize they arrested
Yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin like on every
It
Raw.
was the premiere
You got to
of
narrow it down.
Val Venus, or Val Venus had been, I don't know, maybe it was the premiere.
Oh,
and we
God.
made a sign that said, Val Venus, come to us.
How was the word "come" spelled?
I think it was spelled the regular way,
Okay.
but
All
the
right.
innuendo,
Good.
wink, wink.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. Did Val Venus have hair or was he bald?
No, this is when he was first starting.
Okay.
97, 98?
98.
98.
Well,
98
that
is
could have
when
been
we
when he
went.
first. Because at one time, I guess he was balding, and at one time
that
he was
was
there
our-
with his head shaved.
Oh yeah, they're towards.
But
Oh,
that
yeah,
was our
yeah.
big get. Of course, we were up in the rafters.
He
Nobody
might have
was gonna
shaved it
see
when he joined the Right to Censor or something like that. Sounds like it. I don't know. I hated him. But
I love Val Venus.
Pal penis.
He almost got his pee-pee choppy.
well, when he was Val Venus, he was fine. When he was Chief Morley,
I don't even
Screw
remember that.
anyway.
Proceed.
The Hall of Fame is tonight.
Hey,
Rock and roll.
She's not done with her story.
Oh, yeah.
No,
you said-
that was it.
that was
it.
That
Yeah.
was a short story.
We can
Wow.
make
I thought that was just the build-up.
we can make
No,
a
like, so what did
no,
you
I
do
said
then?
it was short. That was it, and yeah.
we
Also,
can make
no,
a we can make a sign that says rest hold like they had
Oh,
on.
my God, mate. What a dick.
So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction tonight.
Ace
I
Frehley is
cannot
going to be there.
wait. I love Linda Ronstadt so much, and the Furious Five. Well, I don't know who's going in. I know Kiss is going in. Long overdue.
Now
Kiss,
the Kiss
Nirvana.
thing
Nirvana.
With Joan Jett.
with Joan Jett, which that's weird,
Yeah.
sort of, because
No,
Joan Jett
Joan
is going to be
Jett
jamming.
is
playing
going to be jamming or
with-
being the Kurt Cobain of the group.
Oh yeah. With
Michael
Nirvana.
Stipe from REM is going to induct them. So
Yeah, I heard yesterday that Joan Jett might be performing with.
Which
Kurt
is fine, I
Cobain.
don't
If Kurt
care.
Cobain knew that Michael Stipe was inducting them, he'd probably cut his throat.
Wow.
Michael Stipe's throat.
No,
Oh,
I doubt
okay.
it. I doubt it. They seem kind of like peas in the same pod.
Yeah.
You don't sound convinced. Ace
And-
Frehley is going to be there. Speaking of,
It would
cutting
be
somebody's
different
throat.
if Gene Simmons inducted Nirvana.
Oh, that's true.
Now the whole thing about Kiss, what I've read in the past couple of days, because they've put out
Rolling Stone's
tons
all
of
over them
stories
now.
all over.
Rolling
Stone's
Stone, for a
all
magazine
over
who
it.
never ever publishes anything about Kiss, is sure trying to make all their money they can off of
The
it.
interview
You
I've
sons of
seen with
bitches.
Paul Stanley is like he's blaming all of this on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This whole debacle: who can come, who can perform, and they're not going to.
And now he's turned this into a
A circus.
anti-Semitic thing.
Yes, what?
God,
It's the craziest stuff. But then
Ace
the tweets come
apparently-
out today. Oh, let's go get them tonight, guys.
Ace-
We're being inducted.
Ace apparently does have a bit of a fondness for Nazi memorabilia, I guess you'd say.
Who doesn't?
Of course,
that was never brought
That's
up by Paul
racist.
Stanley.
well, it was in Peter Chris's book.
Okay.
Apparently, I just read it last night in his book where they were in. I don't know if they were in Germany, but they were overseas in Europe or in Japan. One, and Ace bought a bunch of Nazi regalia, including uniforms,
Well,
and they
Lemmy
said
did
that,
too. He's
that,
just
that,
a-
that he, Peter
David
Criss,
Bowie.
and Ace dressed up in the uniforms and went to Gene's hotel room, knocked on the doors, and said, "We need to see your papers."
Oh,
And Gene Simmons'
Good Lord.
grandmother was
oh,
Holocaust survivor.
oh man.
no, she wasn't a survivor. His mother was a survivor.
Oh,
His grandmother was killed at the
Not a
Holocaust.
survivor.
So, needless to say, that did not go over well. Peter Criss claimed that they had no idea, but so
Maybe they never knew their real names.
maybe they thought his name was actually Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley.
Could be.
They had to change Ace's name because his name was
It's Paul.
Yeah.
So they had to change it to Ace.
Too many
So
Pauls.
I don't think they're going to cross paths tonight.
I think they'll all go up there on stage and accept the award. They're just not going to play together. I think they'll all be there. I think.
I don't know.
But we still
It's
don't
like,
know about the
we don't
other
know if Peter Criss is gonna be
outstanding
there.
members, though.
All
We
I'm
don't know about
hoping-
Bruce Kulick or Vinnie Vincent, which
Vinny
that's
should
still
show
a
up.
big question
All I'm
mark.
And
hoping
makeup
is
and-
Vinnie Vincent shows up dressed like
The
ankle
encore.
Nancy Grace or something.
You know,
Because I want to see Vinnie
He
Vincent.
storms the
He-
stage as Kanye
He
West
apparently,
thing.
according
Hey.
to that article in Rolling Stone I read yesterday, he apparently is a bit of a crazy, scumbaggy, shystery type individual. But I love some Vinnie Vincent.
I guess
He made non-makeup Kiss good.
All hell's breaking loose.
There's a reason why Revenge was one of the best makeup albums since like the Lick It Up years, and that's because Vinnie Vincent wrote 3 or 4 of the songs on
Yeah.
there.
They
So-
kind of let him back in, and
I guess
then
the
threw him out.
weird-
and then he screwed around on them again.
the thing that I really don't I don't like about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is
It stinks.
it's almost as if you're not going to let everybody that's in the band be involved in it or be inducted or whatever. It's basically like saying we feel that your first 4 albums are worthy of you being in the Rock and Roll Hall
I
of
think
Fame.
that's what they're saying.
But the last 20 years, perhaps not.
I think that's what they're saying. They were saying,
though, I mean, it's like even though your last tour grossed like $250 million, we're not sure that
The
it's
Rock
that
and Roll
popular.
Hall of Fame is saying that the makeup years were the most important years, and that's the band that's going in.
I think even Bruce would deserve to go in, but
Yeah.
the current lineup, I don't think anybody's
I
going to
think
say
Bruce and Eric Singer probably deserve, and Eric Carr probably deserve to go
Yeah.
in.
right.
Maybe
Vinny?
not Tommy Thayer or Vinnie Vincent or Mark St.
So
John.
does
They were there
Eric
for
Carr
a
have a
heartbeat.
widow that would represent him? See, I haven't even thought of that.
I don't know. But obviously, that's not happening. The 4 are going in, but I
Yeah.
think everybody who's ever played had been invited to be there at their table or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Right.
No,
Tom
be-
Morello of Rage Against the Machine is
Be great
inducting
if
him.
He's
That's
inducted
that I don't
Which
understand.
seems a little weird.
It's going to
but-
break out
Yeah.
into a fist fight.
But you can't help who you like. Even though KISS probably stands for everything Tom Morello is against,
I would
you
have thought
can't
so.
help not liking.
I think
Kiss.
it's based on maybe musicality. He
Scott Ian
admires-
should have done it, I think.
Oh yeah.
It's just probably his favorite band from childhood or whatever.
Could
so
be.
the proof is in the songs,
They rule.
like Room Service
Oh, yeah.
and Two Timer and
Hooligan.
Ladies in Waiting.
2000
Hooligan.
Man.
Well, that was a
2000
Stone
Man.
song, but
Oh, I still love Ace's version of that song.
right.
Ace apparently wrote a bunch of songs I was too afraid to sing.
Torpedo Girl.
No, that one I don't remember. Shandy.
Shandy.
That should be in the Hall of Fame just by
That
itself.
should be.
Anything else?
I think that's all we had.
No.
Well,
Well, do you all want to talk about the NCAA
No.
final basketball? No.
It was
I've
the
had-
worst championship game I've ever watched.
I've had an ass full of NCAA tournament. I was ready for it to be over several weeks ago.
How about Letterman?
There
Letterman. leaving.
we go.
The legend is retiring finally.
Oh, who's watched Letterman in the last 5 years?
Nope.
I have.
I
Some-
watched
somewhat, 'cause I
tonight.
love when Amy Sedaris comes on, which Stephen Colbert, writing partner, co-star of Amy Sedaris, and now Colbert taking the reins.
We watched
Next year.
the episode where he announced that he was going to retire. Except for Channel 44 is the worst TV channel. WEVV Channel 44 in Evansville.
Evansville?
We don't want their
They're
sponsorship.
the
Yeah, no.
shits. Because you can't watch a show on there without some sort of issue. Usually it's audio issue. But this time when Letterman was on, I mean like chunks of the show, it was just black screen. for
Oh,
channel.
It was like
Wow.
it was like
So
he
he
was
was
That's
talking.
racist.
He was
Yeah, it
talking
is.
for like 8 minutes, setting up the retirement, and then we
it,
got.
it was almost as if when I don't know how I can't even remember how
It was
he went
almost
up to
as if they were
he was like,
redacting the footage.
I think that after a certain amount of time, maybe a year or so, I'm going to black. And then fast forward, it's like, this minute, another minute, another minute, another minute, another
Oh
minute,
no!
back. I mean,
there-
it was like
Wow.
five
it's
to
like,
8
so
minutes.
there is no timetable, and we've all decided that's what we're going to do. And it's like,
Was there a weather issue that night? I don't
no,
know.
it's
So-
a Channel 44
Hey, I have cable,
WEVV issue.
Somebody was
They
asleep
suck.
at the wheel.
Basically, yes. So
I imagine there's a lot of frantic calls to somebody is
It's like,
in,
I'm going
in the.
probably not on that.
A lot of
if it was
frantic
a UK
calls.
game, yes. There would
Isn't
be
it,
firebombs.
isn't it ironic, though, that the man that has followed him for the last several years is not going to get the gig, just like Dave did?
Who? Craig Hill or
Ferguson.
Craig
Ferguson
Craigie-
he's
Craigie.
not 10:30 p.m. material.
No,
Have
he's
you
not.
ever watched him?
He goes up for his monologue. He just goes up there and wings it, man. I mean, he.
I
doesn't
can
prepare
appreciate
anything.
the way that he operates, but he
I'm
ain't
not.
10:30
He's not.
material.
He-
No, and
Craig
he's not
Ferguson.
recognizable tuners. I mean, everybody would tune
Right.
out if he
Or
was.
he's-
Well, and he is so laid back and loose on
The
his
way-
show.
the
No,
way
I
I-
like his show. I don't. The only time I watch any late night show is I'll go through and see if there's any guest and or musical act
Yeah.
worth watching. I know
Yeah.
that Kiss is going to be on Fallon on Friday,
And I'm still not going to watch
Word.
it.
so I've got that
Oh.
DVR. We
Because they'll
DVR'd.
do some big parody.
You know,
We
mock-up
DVR'd.
crap.
Oh, did you see?
Fallon
Oh, he'll
last
dress up like
night.
Benny Vincent,
yeah.
probably.
Are you going to talk about Tom Petty?
Yeah,
and
last
Stevie
night.
Nicks?
I heard about it. I didn't
Oh.
see it.
Shh.
you know,
Don't watch
Fallon.
anything.
Jimmy Fallon gets some fantastic guests, though.
Jimmy
Lord
Fallon's,
Michaels
uh,
got some fantastic guests.
Tom Petty is not that great. It's good, but it's not that great.
But it was what is neat about it.
But it was essentially the video for "Stop Dragging My Heart."
What
Out.
was
It
great
just a
about it was
recreation.
that they introduced Stevie Nicks, and then all of a sudden it's not in HD anymore. It's a little fuzzy looking. The microphones are square, like square.
There was a point in time where it was slow motion on just like nothing, just like Fallon turning around.
Oh, it's so
Apparently,
funny.
it was supposed to be like a I don't know if it's shot for shot, but a recreation.
Oh, I don't think
of
it is.
the
I'll have to
actual
look that
video.
up, though.
Oh,
But I got
it's
too
funny.
sleepy, so we didn't finish.
So are
Rich
you
still.
surprised they went, since everybody else is kind of younger, they went with Colbert?
I'm not.
Well, I think
too
they
happy.
said
I think
today.
so.
Kimmel and Fallon.
They said today that 30% of Colbert's viewers are like 18 to 25 or
Yeah.
18 to 29,
I-
where
as far-
7% of Dave viewers are
Now
like
he's
18 to 29.
he's not doing the Colbert character either.
No, he
Yeah,
couldn't. I don't
but
think
you also
could do
you also
that.
have to remember in terms of Craig Ferguson, his show sidekick is a robot skeleton.
True.
So that's why.
That is true.
Maybe he needs to say that. I think
the
Conan
blue
should have said
hairs,
it.
the blue hairs at 11:30 aren't up for a robot skeleton
but-
as a sidekick.
Now, if Craigie, as they call him, if Craigie had a lot of young viewers, maybe he'd get it. That's the only reason Fallon, I think.
I don't have an
obviously had a
appeal
lot
to
of-
him. I think he's funny, but I don't.
Yeah, I
That's
don't-
nothing I watch.
I only watch when Kristen Bell's on there because he and Kristen Bell have some sort of a chemistry together.
Letterman had the college crowd, and I think Kimmel is college.
I think they could have done so much better than
Wait, that's something we can talk about.
Colbert.
I don't
What?
know. I mean, who you gonna? The rumors
John
were
Stewart's
John
not fit for it either. I don't think.
I think
think
Jon
Stewart's
Stewart-
They
great
said
where
that
he
ship
is.
sailed a
I
few
think-
years ago.
What about
people
Chris
said.
Hardwick as a late night?
Oh God,
No way.
Oh,
I can barely stand him on.
I like him. I don't see him on
He's
network.
got that. He's
Unless-
got that condescending, snarky, sarcastic voice all the time.
I
which-
don't think he would do well with like a political guest.
The
or
same
somebody
reason
like
I don't like
that.
Mo Rocca is the same reason I don't much care
Not
for
like-
Chris Hardwick.
Yeah, but I think
thought
they're just two
Stewart
different
would be
worlds.
the perfect choice.
Yeah,
because
Jon
he
Stewart
has
would be
guests
really
on
good.
there.
Yeah,
They
I
could-
just
yeah, and he's
think
had-
he needs to stay at Comedy Central.
John
At
Stewart
this
has had
point.
some
Colbert.
really important.
But he's great. I mean,
I mean,
Colbert. Oh,
Comedy
my
They
Central
God.
could go in a political direction with late.
That's true.
With the late show.
Hardwick has
Dave does political
Hardwick
stuff.
has a
Right.
brand and
Nerdist.
Straight
That's his
laced,
brand. Geek
you know, and to be
Hardwick
honest with
is
you,
basic cable. He's
and,
not network.
yeah, and to be honest,
stuff.
and to be honest with you, the closest you're going to get to Hardwick doing stuff is Fallon because Fallon gets in with the college crowd and the video games and stuff like that.
And by the way, is anybody watching Seth Meyers? No.
No.
Yeah, like I said, if there's somebody, we watched the one the other night when
Oliphant was on there.
Timothy Oliphant from Justified.
What do you think
I
of him
And
as a
when,
host?
Ike was
I-
was it the same show when Ike Barinholtz from Mindy, the Mindy Project, was on there?
Oh yeah, because
I
they
think
used
he
to
was
live
on-
together.
Yeah.
I watched the first
Oh.
episode of Seth Meyers with guest star Amy Poehler, and it was just really awkward.
I forget about it. That's the main thing with me. I forget. I watch at midnight and I'm done.
But
Yeah, I tell you what was funny.
You've got to give someone brand new. I mean, really, you've got to give them a year or two to really kind of
Because
get in
Seth
their
Meyers,
groove.
it's just weird. I don't know how that.
Seth
if
Meyers
it's a
is
whole
always-
You know what I don't
pedigree
like?
Thing.
What I don't like? I don't like the desk and single solitary
Yeah,
chair.
that's stupid.
Because
It
I
is
mean, it looks
stupid.
like
That
they're right.
bastard.
Well, but it looks like they're just right on top of one another.
Well,
and even though
It's real
they
cheap
are
looking, to be
they
honest.
are in like if
cozy.
you're
Yeah.
on Conan, if you watch Conan or any talk show, they are right on top of one another.
Yeah.
But when you just have that single solitary chair and that teeny tiny little desk.
You just don't like it because
You know.
it's asymmetrical.
Now I do yeah, it's true. What I do like about it is that the background of it, the way it is, even though it's just solid blue, it reminds me of Church Chat, except the glass,
Oh, man.
the glass isn't mixed up.
I haven't seen the set.
The set is set up, just long pieces but it's blue. But if it was like all different colors of
Yeah,
stained
it would
glass,
be
it'd be
Church
Church
I
Chat.
Chat.
think you're
Yeah.
going to find that even if Stephen Colbert does not play Stephen Colbert, he's going to be really good.
I still won't watch
He's
it.
still a genius.
Still won't
So,
watch it.
I will
What
watch
do you
it.
not like Colbert for?
Because he's a pompous prick.
That's his.
That's his
I
character.
know that's his character, but still.
He's a master of satire, though.
Do you always hate people who play characters on TV?
Pretty
that
much,
Pretty
yes.
much in real life aren't like that?
You know, he'd
I
have to
don't-
see him as Stephen Colbert.
I don't know the difference between fantasy and reality.
I
so.
hate that bastard Darth Vader. That son of a bitch. I'll never like him.
That's racist.
I hate mandroids. You're right. I hate the race of mandroids.
Okay, if it was up to anybody else, who would have gotten? Who do you think should have gotten the gig?
Give it to a woman, for God's sake. We need
But
a
not
woman.
Chelsea Handler. Not Chelsea Handler.
Not Amy Poehler.
Not
Chelsea
funny.
Handler's name was thrown out there,
I know.
and I don't think
She
that's
is the
not
least
funny.
You want to talk about
What
snarky?
about, okay,
She's the least talented person in Hollywood. Like, if there is someone in
What about-
Hollywood
She seems annoyed
drawing
to
a
even have a
check
show.
that is less talented than her, I would love to see it.
what about
She's
that chick?
horrible.
What about that chick from Excused? You all don't know who. Okay, it was a talk show.
Unbelievable. Now we don't know
Now
what
we don't know
Devin's
something
talking
Devin's
about.
Okay,
Devin spends the whole show not knowing what we're talking about. Now we have no idea what he's talking about.
okay, I'm gonna have to look her up, but she's a really hot chick. She used to be on a show called Excused.
Why
It
would
was
she have a talk show? Why would she?
Because
deserve
she's a
to
hot
have
chick.
That's it. I mean, does she have any interview skills?
I don't know, but she's.
See, 'cause
Eliza
Chelsea Handler's-
Schlesinger?
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes.
Oh, I don't like a
She's
lot.
like, she's
she
like
is
24
so-
years old.
Yeah,
I don't
but
like
she's
it.
like.
Snarky, too snarky and fake.
Well,
to me.
I mean, Aaron
Chelsea
said.
Handler's
It's just
just
not
not.
even hot.
Again, she would be good where she is, but now she's going to leave E, and I don't know what she's going to do.
Well, her
next.
ratings have
Probably
gone
nothing.
down. I think that her
Probably
time
a lot
That's
of
a
is coming
show
up.
that I will
About the
occasionally
time
watch.
that she broke up with the president of E, her career was going to take a downturn.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
right.
true.
That's right.
If you're going to go female, what's Tina Fey doing? Amy
Not
Poehler
host-
would be
Doing a
fine.
new sitcom for NBC.
Not hosting a talk show.
I don't
Really?
think.
She's doing
I don't
another
think
thing?
Yes,
that they would.
it takes place.
Tell
at
me,
a,
Lorne Michaels
college
does not
campus.
run NBC.
I don't think that Amy Poehler or Tina Fey would do a talk show
No.
because it's not creative enough.
You
They're
do
gonna do a
realize
mo- they're
that
gonna do another
Lorne-
movie
that some of
together,
these,
though.
there has to be some talent involved with these people that Lorne Michaels backs. Otherwise, Lorne Michaels would not be able to run Hollywood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, Tina Fey's
If
doing
he
another
produced
sitcom.
nothing but
Saturday Night Live, no movies.
He's picking
no.
the
a.
movie with the two head boppers.
Oh, yeah,
The
that's
Roxbury.
Devin's favorite.
Yeah, Chris
What is it?
Kattan.
God.
Not the Roxbury.
Yeah, if he produced,
No, you said you
a bunch
had
of
that
Night at the
soundtrack.
Oh, I
Roxbury
do. I
Yeah.
love that
stuff,
soundtrack.
He'd never have.
Yeah, it was
any of
Will
the
Ferrell
style.
and Chris Kattan. Chris Kattan's career is just over.
Horrible.
I always thought he
He
was
was,
funny.
he
though.
was horrible when he was on SNL.
Look
He
at that.
ruined the song "Take on
Who
Me"
is
by
that?
All
That's-
Hot.
that's Eliza
Oh, I
Schlesinger.
was mixing her up with.
What do you think? Talk show?
She's too young.
Talk show?
Sure, why not?
Talk show material?
Does she have any skills?
When it comes,
She doesn't have.
Ninja
She
fighting
doesn't.
skills.
If
I
having.
think she went to the Carrie Von Erich School of Talk Show.
I mean, she's a comedian, and that's fine, but she has no resume.
Okay, would you want a comedian doing it or somebody that
I've seen.
is a
You either have to have a
You know,
comedian or
I'm thinking
someone who is a writer, a comedy writer.
I've seen her comedy act, and she's far from a comedian.
Oh, really?
Who?
Well,
She sucks as a comedian. She's hot, but she's
Who?
this
Eliza
person?
Schlesinger.
Well, if you're just
Oh,
looking
she's a
for
comedian?
hot, I mean, I
Yeah.
can choose
I
any
didn't know that.
any porn actress off X
It-
videos.
Lexi Bell.
If you
To
want
To
Ninja
to.
find a
Talk Show.
female,
It's not hot.
it
You gotta have
is
someone
difficult,
smart.
but it would change up the game probably.
That may be what CBS needs to do because they've got the younger audience already spoken for.
But then
so.
who would it be? It would be a very difficult decision because
Women aren't funny.
Chelsea Handler.
Oh,
Oh,
That's Adam Crow. I'm just quoting Adam Crow.
you suck. Now,
Jerry Lewis said that, didn't
Jerry Lewis.
He's an old person.
he? That's racist.
Jerry Lee Lewis? Yeah, he
Not
really
Jerry
hates
Lewis.
women. Oh, Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lewis. He said women aren't funny.
I don't
But somebody
know.
said Joan Rivers might.
Well, she's
Oh, my
120
God.
years
I know.
old.
I
Maybe
know.
40
I'm-
years ago.
I'm just
Sam?
saying.
She's
I'm just saying somebody threw her name out there. I didn't
Well,
say
you-
she needed a shot.
You should have taken it and thrown it right back at him. Joan Rivers, yes, would have worked years ago.
Yeah,
She
yes,
was
yes,
good,
yes,
but she was
Let me
always-
tell you about Joan Rivers.
Tell us, Dustin.
If you gave Joan Rivers an hour show every night,
Which they did at one
she
time.
would be thrown off today. I'm not
Oh,
about
today.
today. Today, she would be thrown off the air and fired by Wednesday night.
she would have worked.
You cannot give her that much room to talk. I harken back to the remember the Battle of the Network Stars,
Right.
Yeah.
when Tully Savalas went off on he thought that the game was rigged and started talking about the Jews in Hollywood and
I
everything. You're
forgot
just like,
about that.
How did we get here? You know,
Telly.
but that's.
How dare you?
I feel like Phyllis
different time.
Diller is of the age
Phyllis
that
Diller.
something like
Phyllis Diller.
Phyllis Diller.
Phyllis
Joan
Diller's
Rivers.
dead. She's
Well.
not. She's hosting a talk show from
Yeah,
the great.
I feel like
beyond.
Joan Rivers is of the age where that would probably.
Oh, I
she,
got you.
gets, she gets in trouble every year just for talking about stuff on the red carpet for
Yeah.
2 events.
You know, Joan Rivers would have worked 70 years ago and 6 plastic surgeries
That's
ago.
right. That's right. Devin is right. For once in his life, Devin is damn right.
I still think
Thank
she's
you.
funny at some point, but she can't do this now. And of course, a name that popped in
What
my
about
head.
Melissa Rivers?
Yeah, she's no.
She doesn't have.
Kathy
She's right.
Griffin,
Quarter
of
of the
course,
talent in her
attempted
mama.
a talk show on Bravo, and that was
I think
terrible.
has her time come and gone too, basically.
Melissa Rivers has got her mother's genes.
Can
so.
any of the Real Housewives pull this?
I don't even know
Are
a
you
Real Housewife.
kidding?
Speaking of the Real Housewives, speaking of just trash, Real World Road Rules. The challenge starts tonight.
Really? Oh my god!
An hour and a half. Premiere
Oh my
episode.
lord!
I cannot.
So what old one are they
wait.
dragging in this time?
So
I don't care
How
who
far
they're
back do they
dragging in. I
get
love
these
it.
people from? Do they go
Young-
back to
They
the first
started in
season?
1992 is when
Right.
the world
It's
started.
great.
Oh wow!
It's
I
the
tell
guy
you-
with the big blonde
It's the
hair.
fifth major sport.
It's the 5th major sport. Watch it.
And here's the thing:
Learn
if you
to
don't,
love it.
if you don't think it's a sport, or you think we're kidding,
When those guys come in all roided up, and
No,
ready to go,
but
they
if you
spend
watch
most of their downtime
steroids?
training.
if you watch if you watch, eventually they're going to show a behind the scenes for the season, and you'll notice that most of the stuff happens, and while it's happening between one group or 2 people, there are 6 people doing laps, like around the house that they're in.
Cardio, man.
It's constant weight training and exercise and
then
drinking.
drinking.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
And, because they have a competition day and then they have a day off, which is training, drinking, and then clubbing.
What do you win?
Money, right?
Yeah, I mean,
how much?
like the
$250,000?
last one was like $300,000.
Yeah, but wasn't
Eh.
it?
for 2,
Yeah,
I believe. I mean, it's
they have. They talk about there's a whole bag of money and they give so much out, but normally the winners get $250,000-$300,000.
Couldn't you just go on like Amazing Race and do the same thing? for
Amazing
a
They're
Race.
minute?
having auditions,
you
aren't they?
dickhead. Auditions this weekend at
All
Timberwolf
right.
in
Right.
Evansville.
Yeah.
So who wants,
I'm not going.
who wants to go with me? Who wants to
No,
partner up?
No,
It
I'm
would,
not
Sam
physically
and Devin, you would be
unable.
the greatest team in Amazing Race history.
I've never watched the show.
That
That's
makes
that's
it even
okay.
better.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You could just show up and say, I don't even know where I'm here. Where are the cameras? That would be even better.
You
So,
race?
give me an example of something, a competition that they do on the show.
Okay, well,
On the
it's,
Amazing Race?
Yeah.
it's
Good
just
God,
like
they just
It's
fly
a
all over the
scavenger
world.
hunt
It's like a
kind of
scavenger
thing.
no,
hunt.
it's not.
Worldwide
It's,
thing.
well,
Well,
kind of.
imagine you're in Russia.
What do you
No,
mean?
not
it's
Russia.
What
I
do you
don't
mean
wanna
it's
imagine
kind of a scavenger hunt.
Imagine you're in Russia.
You've got to find the flag. And you've got to use
What is this,
screwed up
Double Dare?
directions.
Well, imagine you're in Russia
I've already
and you
done
can't,
the Amazing
you
Race this
can't
week.
complete you can't complete the mission you're on, so you've got to go scrounge up money to catch a flight out.
Now,
Yeah.
would this be in
That's what you
Sochi?
I think haven't they kind of changed it around where you don't have to go begging in the streets for money anymore. Haven't they
I
kinda
don't
got
think
it to where they've got that figured out a little bit.
Not sure.
Because the
I
early
don't know.
seasons, I
Can you
remember
turn
people were
tricks for
actually
money?
panhandling.
Probably.
There's your angle, Sam.
I would think so. Several teams from Kentucky have been on it. I haven't watched
Yeah.
it in years, but
How did they represent the state? Maybe I have to go on there and clear our name.
there was an old country fella and a black dude that went on there that represented us very well. See, white people in Kentucky do like black people.
Okay.
Well, 60% of us do. Not the whole state.
What percentage were they in? Did they get along?
They
or
were in
was
the,
this,
yeah, they got along.
Okay.
They were actually.
I would like to hope they were friends.
Yeah.
At some point, most of the teams break down due to exhaustion or hunger or just
Sheer hatred of one another.
Yeah.
they break down and they just go nuts on each other. But
Oh,
I
and
don't
that's
think
when
those
the-
two ever did. Now there was another team from Kentucky where it was a guy and a girl, and the guy was, I don't know if he was a cross dresser.
It was
or
difficult to tell them apart.
transvestite or yeah, it was kind of difficult. But they were great too, and it was like the girl they were in a relationship, and the girl was like the man, and the dude was
Oh,
like the girl.
boy.
Well,
From Kentucky?
from the
Louisville.
the old gender ways that we used to do, where the man is the man and the girl it was opposite. It was great.
This went off the rails quick.
It was. I mean, the old antiquated notion that
Yes,
the
I
man
understand.
makes all the
Yes.
decisions.
Yes.
This was the opposite. She made all the decisions. Told him to shut up,
And he
oh,
did.
it was Great.
She wore the pants.
Yes.
Only because she let him.
And but they were both kind of like glam rocking female impersonators. I mean, she was kind of like a female impersonator too, so it all kind of worked out. It was great. But yes, Amazing Race, Devin and Sam, that would be awesome.
Come on, Sam, let's
do
do
like,
it.
Do you like to travel?
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
like to travel.
Oh,
You all would know. You all
What
would
kind of
know
money? What
nothing
kind of
You'd be
money we're
about
talking?
what's
thrown into the
$1
deep
million
end.
at the end.
A million, not
Yeah,
$250,000.
No, a
$1
million.
million, man.
$1 million.
Right, you might have to work on your cardio.
I
There's a
can
lot
imagine.
of running and walking involved,
I
which
can't-
is the reason I'm not going to do it.
I
Plus
can
flying,
imagine.
and actually
I can
going
see.
for it.
I can see you two starting the first thing, reading the instructions, and Sam just saying, "Screw this."
You run to your Ford Focus immediately and drive to the next destination. And Devin's like, "What the hell is a Ford Focus? Ford? What is that?"
I can't even focus.
So yes, good one. You all need to go and try out for that. I will pay your way to Evansville.
Awesome.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Oh, somebody's on fire.
Uh-oh.
Anything else?
Probably not.
What's the time?
It's probably
It
something.
feels like it's been 8 hours.
We got
Been a little over an
45.
hour.
We're in 45 minutes. I got
Really, this is the longest 45 minutes of my life. Any other topics before we head to email?
yeah, the mayor of I don't know if you all know about this, but the mayor of Miami is trying to ban Ultra. You all know the electronic dance festival thing that happens every year.
Really?
Yeah. He's trying to ban it because apparently one of the security guards got into a big accident because people from outside of the security gates, just trampled, over the gates and.
Is that a word?
Trumpled?
I don't know.
It's
Trampled.
I just made it up.
Trample.
It's
Trampled.
a combination of like
It's
trumped
just-
up charges and trampled.
Trampled.
It's trampled.
I like it.
That's a bogus charge. It was trampled.
They climbed over the
They threw it out of court.
They climbed over the security gates and stormed into the festival without paying. And this festival is about $300, $400 for a 3-day ticket.
Oh,
Sounds
dear
like Woodstock.
Lord.
The only
Yes.
reason I know anything about it is because you kept tweeting about it on
Yeah.
Channel 1 ITV.
Yeah.
At Channel 1 ITV. Follow Devin. Good
Right.
Lord help him.
And so
And support him in the Amazing Race.
Yeah, support him on the Amazing. Yeah, they don't. It doesn't matter. Fan votes don't.
So
count.
you're gonna start tweeting about Romp?
probably, yeah.
The Big O just announced Hank Jr.,
Yeah.
Charlie Daniels. All
Right.
we need now is Ted Nugent.
And Vinnie Vincent.
Well,
Vincent
That's
from
right.
Yeah,
the
you bring
show.
Ted Nugent down here, and it's going to be the Republican convention.
Yeah.
okay, so if those people did come, would you go to Romp?
If Hank Jr. and Charlie Daniels was already there, there's no way in hell I would
That's
go
a
to this
separate
show.
festival.
Yeah,
That's
that is
not
a separate
wrong.
That's not
festival.
right. That's
the
There
Big
was
O.
Right.
there was a poster for Romp in Gatlinburg when I was there the other day.
Who's at Romp?
Old Crow Medicine Show.
Yeah, they're
Oh, that's
Hank
right,
Jr.
yeah.
and Charlie
Or is
Daniels
this-
band.
Or is this the Big
Doyle
O?
Lawson,
Or is this the Big
Quicksilver.
O festival?
Big O is
Big
the
O
Hank
is the
Jr.
Hank
and
Jr.
Yeah,
Charlie
right.
Daniels
I got it mixed
band.
up.
I've seen them
That's in
both in
August.
concert, so I don't necessarily have to see him. I've seen Hank in concert like 50 times.
Was he
So I
there?
don't have to see him. Yes, he was there.
Okay.
He was late.
shit-faced while he did a version of Country Boy Can't Survive. I mean, it was it's like, good Lord, Hank, pull it together, son.
Now, whenever we saw him on the Hog Wild tour, that was a decent show.
Was that the one at the...
Yeah, at Kings Island.
Yeah, that show didn't go over so well. You paid an extra like $2 or $3, and you got to go to the Hank concert, which ordinarily would cost $25, $30. So we
Right.
were down, and we were sitting on the bleachers at the whatever it's called. Was it called Riverbend? Is that what it is?
Something like that.
Where-
Riverbend? No, at Kings Island, Cincinnati.
Yeah,
So it's
probably.
an outdoor amphitheater,
Right.
and there was a mixed race couple in front of us, a black dude and a white chick, and as soon as Hank got to if the South would have won, we'd had it made. That was all that the black dude could stand. We were sitting there
He had
wondering.
seen
We were
enough.
sitting there going like, I was
Are
talking to
you
my
for
cousin. I
real?
was like, how long before this guy just immediately storms out of here? Because I love Hank Jr. God bless him, but some of his politics,
He's racist.
some of his songs.
He's racist.
But I mean, I love Michael Jackson too. But now I know he loved to touch the children.
But he's a musical genius.
Musical genius.
That's right.
So,
So the guy got up and left.
So
he
he
left.
left.
Well, he was already up because we were all standing. But he
Oh,
he
yeah.
left. When the South would have won, we'd have had
Did
it
his
made
woman
for him.
go with him?
I can't remember if she did. I'm sure she did.
I know that even before that happened, a few songs in, He
Tell
kept
he was getting
he
antsy.
kept like have you seen enough? He's like, I kind of want to get out of here, but the worst part about that whole concert was that we got there at like 9 a.m. and
I hate
we opened up that MFer.
We did.
And we were there. This was probably started at 7:30.
So
that
did you
night.
do an amusement park day then?
Oh, it was brutal.
And I hate
Yeah.
amusement
I hate
parks.
and
I'm not surprised that you said that.
I went for the Hank concert and the baseball games.
Yeah.
Not the amusement park.
the amusement
I
park.
don't ride rides, man. I ride Grizzly River Rampage
Yeah.
or
That's
whatever the Kings Island version of the
So
Grizzly River
we're not
Rampage
making a
was.
road trip to Kings Island.
Hell no.
Oh, boo!
Jesus.
I've
Kings
never
Island,
been.
Holiday
I've never been
World.
there. I've never been to Kings Island.
I went for the first
The
time
thing
last
If you
year.
like amusement parks,
I
you'll
do
love
love
Kings
amusement
Island.
parks.
Oh yeah, you
Kings
you
Island-
need to stay 2 days.
The problem I had with
basically.
Kings
Now,
Island.
I do love Beach Bend, a proud sponsor. of
Yeah,
the-
Beach
Oh,
Bend, we're
yeah,
down.
Beach Bend.
They've
We're
got
fixing to
they've
get
got a
about- we're
drag
fixing to get
strip.
How many tickets from them, perhaps?
Oh, like
60?
50 or something. they've got a drag
Beach
strip.
Bend.
But the thing about Kings Island is it costs $40 to get in. This
Good
was
Lord.
20 years ago. It cost $40 to
Yeah.
get in.
It's
And
not
didn't
much
they-
higher. I
Probably-
went last year. It wasn't
You know-
much higher than that.
Okay.
Didn't they film
But
the
you-
Brady Bunch
Brady Bunch
episode?
and the
up there?
Partridge Family.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that reminds me when I went to Hershey Park a few years ago. That was about
You would.
Yeah, $50 a pop.
No, you got in for free.
Yes, I did.
What'd you do?
Well,
Perform favors for a security guard?
yeah,
Candy
exactly.
little girl.
But
No, I tried to get Sam to go, and he wouldn't go. It's like, Sam,
Well,
What
what
was
is
the
it?
what
Yeah, I
was the
didn't go.
event
There.
that you were going to?
it
Do
was
you just
Just a day at the
yeah.
amusement park. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
well, what it
what do
was
they have
was
at the Hershey? Is it like the
It's
candy
a-
bars? You
yeah.
have like
Yeah.
candy bars.
Yeah, it's
Hershey,
like we're-
Pennsylvania.
I don't know
Yeah,
why in the
Hershey,
hell I didn't go.
Pennsylvania.
I don't know why. I
They have
didn't go.
little instead of the Russian teacups, the little Hershey's Kisses.
yeah, it's a
Just kinda
full blown
around there.
amusement park. You could get the candy there. You could go see a theater about.
Was the candy free?
I think so.
Yeah, but you had to go in a van to get it.
that took a
Off
turn.
the rails.
But the
Any
problem,
other topics?
the problem with going to Kings Island or any amusement park is you got to
They
pay
suck.
a whole bunch of money to get in, and then you have to pay at least $4, $5, $6 a pop just to keep hydrated and not die.
No, here's the catch. If you go, and like I said, I might go again and stay 2 days, but you can pay X amount of dollars and cut to the front of the line. But you have to pay
Oh,
it
like-
per ride.
like
But what
an
if
express
you're
pass.
like
$20,
me
$30,
and you don't
something like
like
that,
to
yeah.
ride any rides?
Yeah.
Then
Can
you
I
just,
pay extra dollars just to not go?
You can go play a video game there, I guess.
Video game.
So if
But-
someone's
I'm
playing
40. I'm a man.
if someone's playing the Pac-Man and you pay the extra money, do you get to punch him in the face
There
and take
actually-
over his
Kick
game?
him
There
in the
actually is a
nutsack
little-
and take over his game.
There is an actual store about 80 something there. I went there last
The 80s
summer,
Cafe from Back
last
to the
spring.
Future
Met the
2.
Brady Bunch.
I haven't been there since
So-
the 90s.
They
I've
have-
never been there.
They didn't have cafes back in the 80s. They were cafeterias.
That's right.
Okay.
Do Walking Dead? Did you all see it?
Nah.
I just
No.
read about it, and Dustin told me about
Okay.
it. So
Justin's
All right.
excited.
I don't care anything about it.
I'm not really
It
excited.
seemed like
Okay.
it was a
I just
shitty
watched it.
season just by reading about it.
Well, the end line was real cheesy when Rick's in the train car.
They've effed with the wrong bunch of
That's-
people.
that
Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, that's big words
Yeah,
coming
while
from,
you're
from a bunch of
trapped
people
in
with
a
no
damn
guns,
thing.
with no guns
Yeah.
and no knives.
Asshole.
No ammo, stuck in a boxcar.
I hope they just set the boxcar on fire and they just all die of smoke inhalation.
Have you seen
The
Hannibal
end.
at all this season?
Damn it! We got to take the Roku out of your truck. We
Yeah.
we can't watch Hannibal tonight. We got NXT. We got The Challenge. We got Elementary. Screw
This is Thursday though. Hannibal's on Friday.
Yes.
We're a season behind.
We've
Okay.
got all of season
It's-
2 DVR.
Season 2 is pretty good.
I still
so
watch
far.
Big Bang Theory and 2.5 Men.
2.5 Men.
You watched 2.5
Two and a
Men?
half
Yeah.
men.
With
should
Ashton
be
Kutcher?
paintbrush slapped
What?
right now.
You're fired.
But they renewed it for
I'm
another
surprised.
season.
I'm surprised they
They
didn't
sure
give the
did.
Tonight Show to Ashton Kutcher.
Hey, actually, that would be a pretty
No, it
good.
He's not that talented.
No, it would not.
Oh no.
But they gave it another season, so it must not be that bad.
I hear the Hannibal is on the bubble and may not be back next
I
year.
can't believe that though.
I
It's
keep hearing it's
really
great.
good
All the
this
critics
time.
seem to love it. They said it's like one of the goriest,
Oh,
Maybe
it's so
like
gory.
bloodiest shows on TV.
Really?
So I hear it's excellent, so we've got to go back on Amazon. See, Amazon Prime's not on the damn Apple TV.
Damn it.
But it's
Now,
on the damn Roku.
Yeah,
Now
so we've
Amazon's
gotta
putting
switch.
out their new streaming thing.
But we've got
Fire.
Apple TV, Chromecast, and a Roku. I don't
We
think
literally
that'd be-
have everything.
Yeah.
So I mean,
You guys love
You know,
TV.
it would be great if Apple TV
No, we're just assholes
or whatever.
that like to screw each other over. He bought the Apple TV, then I bought the Roku, and then he got the Chromecast. So
I
guess
bought the
it's my turn.
Chromecast because it was $11.
I guess it's my turn to buy the damn Amazon set
The
box.
the Chromecast was $35 with a $28
Right,
freebie for Netflix. I was like,
Here's a freebie
for
you.
$11,
Yeah.
I mean,
Here's
I'm
a
down.
freebie. You could take this home. You can sit on it and spin.
Up yours?
Any other topics?
Yeah, I wanted to touch on a couple of things. One, and I know it's stupid, but what did you all think of that one tweet that I sent you all about what was it, Scooby Doo and WWE?
Oh, the Scooby Doo
They've
movie.
been showing that
They've been showing
commercial
that
on Raw for like months now.
They're really playing up to like 6-year-olds now.
Well, it's
got John
PG
Cena.
era.
Yeah, it's got
Jimmy
Sin
Hart's
Cara.
in it. Jimmy Hart and
And
Jerry
Jimmy Hart,
Lawler in
Sin
it.
Cara looked like he was in it. I wonder if it's the real Sin Cara or the new Sin Cara, because they just fired the real one.
Right.
Turns out when you wear a mask, you're dispensable.
Yeah, they said no one really noticed when Sin Cara came out and had a gigantic arm tattoo on him at one point.
They just thought he got some ink done.
So I love Scooby Doo, but only Scooby Doo that was constructed in the 1970s.
With Casey Kasem.
And
Yes,
60s,
so I
the
will not watch
classic.
this Scooby Doo.
Not
I hate
even
John
with-
Cena, cartoon or real life. So no.
Okay.
The bear. I don't know about the ghost bear. I don't know if the ghost bear is going to draw me into this one.
What was your other one?
Well, should we talk about a certain prosecutor who was who talked pretty bad about the Ultimate Warrior, about the steroids?
Nancy Grace.
Nancy
We'd
Grace.
be
Grace.
backtracking on that
She's
one.
repugnant.
Okay.
She profits off
She
the
doesn't
death
know
and the pain
anything.
of
She
children.
she didn't study up on it. She went straight for steroids.
Right.
And that's really the
So she went.
If you're going to it,
She went straight for
the
emotion,
Ultimate
right?
Warrior can be attacked on certain things.
Views,
yeah.
I guess.
Casey Anthony. I mean, she was top
That was
mom.
it. That was the one you were thinking about.
Yeah.
That's where she made her bones. Was Casey Anthony.
Casey Anthony. Yeah.
Top
yeah.
mom.
So yeah.
How dare you call her by her real name? She's Tot Mom.
Nancy Grace is it's just trash TV. I don't watch her, so it doesn't matter to me.
I would think she would be on Fox.
Although, if you noticed several weeks ago on Saturday Night Live, the Noel
Wells.
Noel
Our Ohio County
Yeah.
What's her name?
representative.
Wells.
Noel Wells, yes, the daughter of an Ohio County native, which is where we live. She did an excellent imitation of Nancy Grace.
She does great.
What about the babies? Oh, it was great.
I have a question for you. What about the babies?
And then Drake did a very good Cat
Cat
Williams
Williams, yeah.
impersonation during that skit as well.
He said something like, I could see somebody walking out here in a bathrobe and shower shoes, and they still would be as crazy as your ass.
So, wait a minute. Oh, no. Oh.
Is it time
Oh.
for food?
I thought he was going to the
I
bathroom.
did
thought
too.
he was
I was getting ready to say, we better get the plunger ready.
I thought he was offended by something.
I thought he was going to shit up our bathroom again.
Drake's hosting the ESPYs. Any 2 cents on that?
Who cares
No.
about the ESPYs?
Yeah.
He started from the bottom, now he's here. I mean, I don't know anything about it.
What are the ESPYs?
Oh, God.
Oh no. He also
Well, maybe we
The
can give
sports
him a pass on that
awards.
one.
Oh, see, I don't-
Didn't even you know what the ESPYs were?
Oh, yeah, I remember when Dennis
And you
Miller
don't know,
hosted it.
well, you don't know the difference between football and baseball.
Not really.
See?
Got a ball in it.
All right, let's do emails.
Are we going to do emails or are we going to try his weird...
We have something here?
Yeah.
Okay, what do
yeah.
we have?
How many more kinds of Oreos are there that we haven't had?
I don't know. There's a new one.
Today
I
I
did see
found
a
that
new
there
one. There was
there
a fruit
are
punch one.
there's birthday cake M&Ms now. Oh yeah.
Okay, so what do we have here?
Oh, anyway, I just said that. I mentioned it.
But there is fruit punch Oreos. I
punch
saw
Oreo.
it. Yeah, I saw
Right
them.
there.
It's like...
That's what you've got?
Yes.
Oh, God! No!
Yes.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to eat this.
It'll be refreshing.
They're
but-
the blonde
Refreshment.
cookies, aren't they?
Now, you don't try these before you bring them here. We open them up live on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Live
Nobody's had
today.
these before.
All right.
I can see you cruising down the cookie aisle looking for something weird.
Limited edition.
Oh,
These will
there's
be
a
worth
reason
something.
why it's a
Punch
limited edition.
Oreos.
Put 'em on eBay.
Oh my god.
And they're sealed, too. Slit appears when opened. Make your own jokes there.
What are you talking about?
Oh, and this says stop here. It's got a stop sign on it. Okay,
All right,
go ahead.
I'll do it.
I think I already know what it's going to taste like.
Yeah, shit.
I do. It
It's
smells
going to
like
taste like the shit of someone who drank a lot of fruit punch.
it smells like Kool-Aid before you mix it up.
I figured that.
2 cookies are 140 calories. I may only go for
It's
one.
like a Kool-Aid paste.
I've got to tell you.
It smells
I do.
delicious.
I
Enjoy
kind
the
of like
smell.
it. I kind of like
I
it.
would love to have some air
It smells like a
freshener
good
or
candle or something.
It's
Mixture
good.
of the
It's
fruit
fine.
punch with the cookie.
I think I like this better than any of the other ones that
I
you
think
brought
I
in.
may be turning around on this.
I think it's good. A little fruity at the end.
Unbelievable. It is delightful. I'm going for my
Delightful.
second one.
Devin hasn't even had one yet.
Oh, screw him.
Yeah, screw me.
And pass them around again, too.
I cannot believe this.
Pretty good.
Oh, Dustin's eating them like a crazy person.
He's undoing them.
You know, somebody said that they taste like a Starburst.
I'm leaning more Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I want Kool-Aid.
Eat the Kool-Aid.
That's unbelievable.
Right.
Unbelievable. Rush out and get this horse shit. It's good.
You know what it's kind of like? It has a little bit of, you know how if you ever had a pitcher and you put all the powder in and it kind of ruffled up in your nose and made you cough?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of got a little bit of that.
There's
like
a Kool-Aid
weird.
picture on the side,
Fruit
even
punch.
though
You know-
they don't claim it's actually Kool-Aid. It's fruit punch. But
It tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
To me,
Yeah,
it kind of tastes
yeah, I
like
got that.
like a strawberry cake with kind of white icing
Yep.
on the top of it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Son of a bitch.
I can't
And I think
believe
the-
I hate to agree with Sam because he is an insane person, but he might be right. These may be the best weird ass Oreos we've ever had.
you're going to
Did
leave
we
these
ever
here,
have-
right?
Huh?
You're going to leave these here, right?
If you want.
I mean, that's good stuff. You might want to
That's
seal them
good.
up good and tight if we're just going to leave them here because we won't eat them. Now, Dustin probably will sneak off and eat them like he ate.
No, I'm not going
I will have to admit the what were the last ones that you
The
got?
birthday cake ones were
The
good.
birthday
They were
cake
good,
ones.
but that-
I had like 2 of them a day, like every day. It took like 4 weeks to get rid of them.
These were excellent. I can't believe it. I'm shocked.
Yeah, we had.
I'm more shocked about this than the death of the Ultimate Warrior.
Let's see, we had the gingerbread, the birthday cake.
I thought you said
Shit.
gingerbread. For
Gin-
Yeah,
Gingerbread.
gingerbread.
I got a penis. The gingerbread.
Does he know about? Does he know about
penises
the?
and vaginas?
Does-
I got a penis.
Does Devin know about the secret society of
always
Kinder
happens.
Friends?
No, because he doesn't have a Facebook page.
He
What
doesn't
is
have
that?
a Facebook page. He's a crazy person.
I am a crazy person. That's why I brought Fruit Punch Oreos.
We just sit there on the Kinder Friends and just talk about you all the time.
Good.
We've got this little
It's
Group made
it's
up of
actually
people.
my fault. I did name us Kinder Friends.
Kinder Friends, and we
Yeah.
just have a discussion about, hey,
On our-
when are we going to
yeah,
do the
when are we
show?
gonna do
Or
the show?
Well,
Didn't you threaten to leave one time because we kept posting emoticons?
who?
Aaron,
Oh.
I thought she
Oh, me?
threatened to leave at
Oh,
one
I
point because
don't-
me and Sam and
I know
Dustin
Dustin was
emoticons,
like,
just
"Why
boom,
is all
boom,
these
boom, boom.
messages popping up?" I turn off my notifications sometimes, but
They
no,
do pop
no
up.
big deal. No, I like the emoticons.
Well, it must have been something else.
I don't know
must
if it was
been,
me.
Must have been a family.
Oh, Sam
one
had
we
the
were
good
doing.
one with Animal from the Muppet.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
No, there was another message thing that we had with our family that our cousins that maybe that was it. Maybe Julie threatened to leave because I kept putting emoticons up from like the Frozen thing or whatever because we were talking about snow for some reason.
all right.
Okay, email.
Are we doing emails?
From the home office.
Well,
no,
okay.
that's
What
top
are
10 list.
what are the dates on them? Because you said one is even
Well, this one
from
says
before the NCAA
307.
tournament.
This
They're
was
still
set
talking about
March
TV
2nd,
shows.
Let me see it.
2014.
Let me see that first one because there were. I read one that you weren't here for.
Oh, that's right.
You went out,
That it?
Yep.
yeah, when we did the. when
Yes,
you
I read this.
Well, I
one.
didn't
Okay.
listen to the podcast.
You,
so
you
I
threw a
didn't know.
fit and you walked out. and-
Yeah, this was the TV shows.
I was business doing.
Oh, that's right.
I was TCBing.
Are any of those recent? Then?
No, these are a couple of weeks
Well, then
ago
why
when
did you
we're.
even give it back to me then, you dick?
That's not the one.
Wait. Which one was that one?
307.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go
Barry
ahead.
let's throw
Mercer.
Yeah.
Blackberry Smoke.
Yeah.
TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw that away.
Throw that away. You put it in the bag.
Okay.
In the Oreo bag.
With the Oreo trash.
Males with a Z. He's from the streets of Ann Arbor. or somewhere around there. Nicholas West, a.k.a. the Rape Face. I don't know what this is apropos of because like I said, I don't even think I listened to the last podcast. I don't know. I guess I was
bastard.
I got March Madness.
We talked about our first albums, the first albums that we bought. You weren't here for some reason.
Nicholas J.
Yeah, you were. You
West.
said Thriller was your first album.
Yeah.
Right.
This was from March 21st, 2014 at 10:47. I'm going to guess the a.m.
So he's wearing pants, probably.
Yeah, he's at work. Probably not.
Okay.
My first album was Michael Jackson's Bad. And the Batman soundtrack, 1989.
Dear Lord!
Stop the Press. Who is that? Vicky Vale.
Oh,
that
yeah. Prince.
Prince song?
Vicky
Yeah.
Vale.
There's no
Batman's.
way you could tell that Prince song was in the 80s. Prince music's timeless. Cannot tell which
That
decade
is true.
Prince music is.
Yeah.
So he waited 2 years to buy Bad, apparently?
I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
He's like a younger dude.
Okay.
I don't think.
Yeah,
he's
not. I don't think he's
quite
30.
The babe in the wild that Devin is, but he is a bit younger than
Ouch.
us, I think.
Okay.
CD wise, I didn't get a CD player till I was 17ish. I did the Columbia House deal. Who did?
God, that was
Right.
such
I did the Columbia
great
House deal
club.
so many
And Lee
times.
did it for me 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
Yes.
I ruined Dustin's credit just as much as I ruined my own. And got Bush's 16 Stone. Blah.
Oh,
Mr. Gwen Stefani's, my brother
Hey.
calls
Never
him.
was a Bush fan.
No.
Not
the
at
first
all.
album. Had some good stuff.
I hate
Too
Bush.
much repeating of the lyrics.
Glycerine.
Okay,
Too
I
much
disagree,
of
but go ahead.
Listerine. I always thought that song was Listerine. I couldn't deal with the fake Nirvana.
You didn't
type.
like
I didn't like any of it.
any of the Bush songs. Do you like any Bush songs?
There may have been one really kind of heavy Bush song that
Everything Zen was the only good song. I ever had.
Everything's
I liked. I
in.
don't remember it.
Okay,
Hootie-
now what's your opinion on this one? The next
What?
album.
Bush?
No.
Oh, the next album?
Yeah.
Hootie and the Blowfish's his first album.
Whoa.
Did they only have one album?
What was weird?
Cracked Rear View, I'm guessing the title.
Right, but that album was still huge when they put out their second album, and you'd think that the second album would have done well, but it didn't go anywhere.
I don't even remember the title or any singles off of the
Crack
second one.
Review.
The second
Second
one. The one
album.
he's
I only
calling
want to be with you. Oh, you talking about the second one?
the one that
Yeah,
he's
second
saying
one.
followed up
It
to
had. God, I've got to look it up because they ran together. Is what they did.
I had the first one. I listened to it a ton. I enjoyed it, but then once I had an ass full of it, I got rid of it.
Hold My Hand's a good song.
Hold my hand. I
They,
think that's exactly how Hootie sang it.
Let Her Cry.
Did you know that Hootie, and I'm talking about
Darius Rucker, who's now
Darren?
a country star.
Darren
Darius.
Rucker?
Darius.
Darren?
Darius.
Darius
And there was no Hootie in the
Darius-
band, by the way.
Darius Rucker. He's now a country superstar,
Really?
which is great.
Never
And
heard
he's
that.
profiting off
Which is-
Wagon Wheel.
and it's
by
also
the old Carl
weird.
Edison show.
But, because, country music fans are notoriously racist. But,
I'm
Anyway.
waiting for that to come up.
anyway,
Is he- does he tour-
I may be painting with broad strokes, but I doubt it.
Do you think he'll be at the Big O Fest with Hank Williams Jr.?
No, they wouldn't let him in Kentucky.
Oh,
It's racist.
The 40%, I told you it's 60-40. That 40%'s got a hold on the Big O. No, I don't know. I'm sure Big O would love to have Charlie Pride and Darius Rucker and
Charlie Pride.
Charlie Pride's son. I mean, I don't know. Anyway. Should we be talking about this? Anyway.
Go ahead.
Darius Rucker sang the national anthem before the championship game
Yes. It
in
was,
Dallas,
Oh, that's
Texas.
right. The NCAA.
it was
Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for Nashville, I'm assuming Texas is like the home of country music. Darius Rucker's from South Carolina. Could they not find someone there? Like, there were no artists from Texas they could have invited. Usually,
like I said,
when
Scorpion
someone
Child.
sings,
Speaking
gonna
of,
dignify that with a response. Usually, when you have a big event like that, and you have someone sing the Star Spangled Banner or the national anthem, whichever one you would refer to it by, that person has some sort of connection with the city that it's in. Darius
know.
Rucker, as far as I know, has never been to Dallas.
could they have
until
done
that time.
ZZ Top maybe?
ZZ
Oh,
Top,
ZZ Top national
T.
anthem would've
Graham
been cool.
Brown,
Willie Nelson.
Bobby Bear. I mean, anybody could have
Willie Nelson
sang.
from
The problem,
Keith Whitley. Anybody could have sang. that.
Actually, you couldn't have gotten him. Did you look up Hootie and the Blowfish's second album? I thought that's what you were
well,
going
I
to
was looking at it, but there's a
Hold
whole.
my glass.
Sad
That
Caper
was
was,
the
one
porn
of the
version.
songs, and if you heard it, you'd remember it.
What was the name of it?
Sad Caper.
Sad.
Sad Caper.
That was a Hootie and a Blowfish song.
Sounds like a
Fairweather
Hartford
Johnson?
restaurant with
Yeah.
a bad.
That was the second album.
Yeah, that was the second one.
Yeah. Now, what were the
Fairweather Johnson.
Maybe that's why it didn't go over
Maybe
well.
that's why it didn't go
What
over.
were some of the songs from it?
Yeah, what was the
Hold My
single?
Gland.
There was
was one of them.
there's 14 of them.
What?
Be the One, Sad Caper,
Sad Caper.
Tucker's Town,
Yeah.
She Crawls Away. Not sure what that's about.
Johnson.
So Strange, Old Man and Me, Earth Stopped Cold at Dawn,
So we've got Johnson and Strange so far.
Fairweather
Girls
Johnson,
Crawling.
Honey Screw.
Honey Screw and She
I
Crawled
think
Away.
I think we realize now why this album didn't make it too big.
From
It was
My
the
Fairweather
porn
Johnson.
stage.
Let It Breathe, silly little pop song, Fool,
Let It
Tootie,
Breathe.
and When I'm Lonely.
oh,
When
man.
I'm
that
lonely,
was
I
just-
can-
Tucker's. I remember that one. I think. Tucker
What do you
Town.
think When I'm Lonely is about by the album title Fairweather
You know-
Johnson?
She Crawls Away. You know?
Right.
You know, this sounds so much like something that would be on midnight or at midnight.
Yeah.
He continues.
Oh, yeah.
Columbia House deal.
Yes.
He's got the Bushes. He's got the Bush. He's got the Fairweather Johnson.
And She
he's
Crawls
got
Away.
Hootie's first
Cracked
one.
review, yeah.
Pearl Jam's 10.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Great album.
I got it. I listened to it so much I can't listen to it anymore.
All right.
The Crystal Methods Vegas.
Wrong.
I've got a Crystal Method album, but I think the only reason I got it is because Robin sings on it.
Robine?
Robin. Rage Against the Machine's Evil Empire. Good album.
Yeah.
I contend that the first album and Battle of Los Angeles is a better album, but
I have a
I
topic.
can't listen to the third album anymore.
Oh.
I have a topic that we can talk about, but you can finish that
Yeah,
up.
finish.
The Slim Shady LP.
Wrong.
Never owned
No.
any.
Eh.
Oh, I
Eminem.
did. I had that. One.
Kid Rock's Devil Without a Cause.
Yes.
Listened too much to that. Followed him
Word.
on tour. And Dr. Dre's The Chronic.
Hell yeah.
I think I got that.
Yeah.
I got that from Columbia House. See, I got a lot of rap albums and like country stuff from Columbia House. Basically, when I did Columbia House, it was albums I'd like to hear, but I will never ever put money down for.
Right.
So a
Yeah.
lot of it was
I'll pay a
country
nickel
music
for this.
and rap
Yeah.
and Sinatra. You know, if it wasn't in the metal and hard rock arena, I would get it from Columbia House. So I got my Frank Sinatra duets album, my Dr. Dre. I actually did buy the Snoop Dogg.
I like
Doggy
one
Style.
song off that album.
Snoop Dogg?
Yeah.
The whole thing's it's a classic. It's the
Tommy? Quadrophenia?
It's the chronic of its time.
Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon of its time.
Oh, now,
I was trying
Sam,
to think of a massive album. That's the only one that really.
Sam, have you ever listened to that album yet?
No.
Dark Side of the Moon. You've never listened to it, you son of a bitch!
I haven't.
Oh, Pink Floyd.
What the hell?
Awesome.
Furious!
I've been trying to get him to listen to that for months.
I'm surprised you even know who A, Pink Floyd is, and B, they've got an album called Dark Side of the Moon. So
Yes.
while that's blowing my mind, I'm super pissed off at Sam for never listening to Dark
Oh,
Side.
wow.
You got Dark Side, you got Lord.
The Wall,
The
Wish
Wall,
You Were Here,
Wish You Were Here,
Animals.
Animals.
Us and Them.
I mean, that's
Us and Them was a compilation album.
Oh, well.
you dirty son of a. Anyway,
Dark Side of the Moon.
The reason
I just
Dark
want to quit. I just want to quit.
The reason Dark Side rules is because if you listen to it, much like Prince, you can't really tell when it was recorded. You would think that it was recorded yesterday.
No, I was joking about Prince.
Yeah, I know.
You can always tell when Prince is recording.
I was joking as well.
See, generally, when Dustin gloms on to a band and tries to tell me how great they are, I immediately poo-poo them. Just because, screw Dustin. Even if they're good and I like them, I'm just like, I'm not going to admit it. Dustin doesn't. I'm the big brother. I've got to taste the music. His music's shit.
Which is why he doesn't listen to Blackberry
But
Smoke.
he kept Blackberry Smoke. I'd wipe my ass with Blackberry. Anyway, he kept raving about the Pink Floyds. And I was like,
Now, when was
no,
this?
this was
College.
when he was in college.
96, 97,
I
98.
guess he listened to a lot of it when he roomed with that dude who smoked copious amounts of weed. But
There was a little of that.
anyway, he kept saying about how it was great, and I was like, you don't know music. And then I listened to it, and it was just like
It was like eating
my
these Oreos
brain.
today?
Yes, it was like it was
It's better than those
a
damn
fruit
Oreos.
punch Oreo for my ears, and then my brain exploded instead
Well,
of my
I mean,
taste buds.
when you're stoned, Pink Floyd is the perfect, stone material to listen to.
That case could be made. I've never been stoned to listen to Pink Floyd, but
So you concur?
Aaron has her hand
Pink
raised.
Floyd, stoned or not stoned, is still pretty damn good. So
I'm trying to remember what we did.
The first,
I think.
yeah, Pulse, the Pulse concert I actually watched in class in college
what was great
on
about Pulse is that
Laserdisc,
the Pulse concert.
Oh, cool.
gigantic CDs,
The Pulse concert came with like a little,
pulsing light.
Yes,
I remember-
that
I remember
was
that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yes.
but it was they wanted like $7,000 for it. It was back when CDs cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
It was also Pulse, and I admit nothing, but it might have actually been the very first album I burned to a CD.
Oh.
It took 3 hours to do both, to do one of the two discs, and I couldn't get all of the songs on the first disc
Right.
onto a regular
always sucks. I
a
hate
burned
that.
CD, which cost $13 a piece.
Yeah.
Now you can for $13 you can get 100.
Yeah.
And
Is you an outlaw?
so I may or may not have, again, I admit nothing, I may or may not have had to get rid of Astronomy Domine or whatever it is
It's
off of that because I couldn't make it work.
That was a Sid Barrett
Yeah.
composition.
It was a
I just-
deep cut.
I just thought of something real fast.
Think it.
Game of Thrones.
Watched it. We thought it was. We
Did
thought
it shut down HBO Go?
No.
It did, though.
I just haven't got around to
Oh, okay.
watching
Are you
any
caught
of
up?
it. No.
No, you've never watched it.
I've never watched it.
We won't spoil anything, but
Pink Floyd's
But-
in there this
Oh,
week.
but it did shut
Oh.
it down like True Detective did?
Yeah, it did.
Oh.
Yeah,
When
it
the True
did.
Detective thing happened.
Yeah.
Damn it.
there were a lot of people, and I noticed you were one of them, complaining about how HBO Go wouldn't let you watch something that you were basically stealing
I know.
because you were using our
Yeah, I
login
know.
for
I
that. So you were getting it for free, so you had
Wow.
no right to complain. That was hilarious.
She admits to nothing.
That's neither here nor there. Yes, she's not stealing anything, HBO.
No.
No, they're for it. They don't care.
Okay.
All right, email.
What was I was going to
Or
say
are we
something.
gonna-
I was going to say
Pink
something.
Floyd?
Game of Thrones. Oh, by the time Game of Thrones was over, you wouldn't even realize you'd been watching for an hour. We were just like, all right, we're getting ready to go here. And then it went off. And we're like, what the hell? And you
It
look
felt
up.
like it was 15 minutes
Yeah.
long.
That's why Game of Thrones is good. There's so much shit going on that
Yeah.
it just
Kind of
goes
like the
by.
Grand Schemes podcast. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Feels like we've been here for 3.5 days. As far as what my casket would be, you remember we had the discussion
Yes.
on the
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
building
fantastic.
a casket to kind of conform to your personality and whatnot.
I was going to be a pile of dirt.
As far as what you were going to have a casket that resembled a pile of dirt, and then have a pile of dirt thrown on.
I was going to say something, but it is not a good thing.
That is like a butthead wanting a tattoo of a butt with a tattoo of a butt on his butt.
How meta.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
As far as what my casket would be, I don't know. A bottle of pepper spray or a dark alleyway, maybe.
Oh wow.
It was along those lines.
The rape face.
Free candy. Right now.
The rape face doesn't use candy. He
Okay.
doesn't use incentives.
Okay.
Actually,
No, he goes for it.
Actually, I would be cremated and have my remains mixed into some bottles of my wife's favorite hot sauce.
Oh, it's like bottle of. Oh, we're
That way, even after I'm gone, I could still tear that ass up.
Oh wow.
Oh my
Brilliant.
god!
Is that any worse or
That's-
about the same as what you were going to say that you didn't want to
Actually,
say, Dustin?
that was brilliant.
I love Nick. We love you, man.
Nick,
He's
that
the
was
rape
God.
face. It's hard not to like someone with the nickname of rape face.
It is. Right.
Nick, you are a brilliant man.
Oh,
What
another
was,
email?
what was he complaining about the other day, and I blamed it on his rape face? He complained about not getting in somewhere or not getting something,
I don't even
and I blamed his rape face, but I can't remember now. What
Kings
it was.
Island?
It was on Facebook.
Okay.
Hershey Park.
No, he lives in Michigan, but he does go to Pennsylvania Dutch country quite often,
Yeah.
I think, or at least Pennsylvania. He's got relatives in Kentucky. Just a few thoughts on episode 17. Jerry Mercer, our Canadian friend, up there in the Great White North. You hoser. I followed Aaron on Twitter. Rejoice.
Yeah.
Aaron, did you know that Jerry Mercer is following you on Twitter?
Yes,
She
I
knows.
did see
She's
that.
acknowledging your
Fantastic.
presence.
Definitely.
I have to defend Eric Singer's vocal ability. Have a listen to the unplugged version, Nothing to Lose. Singer is every bit as good a vocalist. Notice he didn't use Singer as every bit as good a singer
Right.
as Chris. Singer is every bit as good a vocalist as Chris. I would contend that he's a bit better, and he's an infinitely better drummer.
Oh yeah, I'll give you the
Oh,
drums.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Peter Criss would probably.
Oh yeah,
do that.
Peter Criss.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
Peter Criss was pretty complimentary of his own drumming skills halfway through the biography at this point.
Well, now he was in the beginning.
He was voted drummer of the year 2 or 3 times.
Oh,
By
I'm
something
sure.
he
I'm
wrote.
sure that it was. But you listen to that Strutter demo off of the box set. He's laying it down. But
I forget
He's
what
more
album.
of a big band type.
Yeah.
You know.
He's
Jazz
not
kinda
necessarily
guy.
a rock drummer though.
No.
He's more of a jazzy.
And that's what he said when he was on that metal show.
That's
is
what he
that
said in
he's
the
a
book.
jazz kind of guy.
He was more of a Motown R&B
Yeah,
jazz.
right.
Type
He could have been
drummer.
in the Doobie Brothers. Maybe.
what, he could have been. He could have been in the.
The Michael
Doobie
McDonald
Dan.
years.
How many Doobie Brothers
Yeah.
albums have you listened to, Sam?
Most of them.
You son of a bitch!
What about Steely Dan?
Yeah.
You piss me off so much.
But whatever.
That trash.
That it freaks people out that I haven't heard Dark Side or I'm not a Rush fan.
Oh, Sam.
Dustin argued with me. He could not believe it. He was like, "What do you mean you
I
don't
watched
listen to
that
Rush?"
documentary
You look like a
again
Rush
last
fan.
night.
Maybe that's what it was.
Did you not think that it was weird that on that Rush documentary you're talking about
Beyond the
Beyond
Light
the
of
Light
Stage.
that they had like documentary film team
Yeah.
around them at
Yes!
like age 16 when they were
Yes!
talking about
Around the
Sitting at their
table.
they
dinner
were talking
table.
about
when they were-
dropping out of high school
Yeah.
to do the band
Yes!
full time and had like
It
that,
was
cameras
nuts.
It was
everywhere.
insane. It's like It's like the Adam Goldberg on the Goldbergs. It's
Yeah.
like they filmed their lives for forever.
Wow.
It
You
was
talk about
weird.
You talk about footage, unseen footage. I mean, it's like home videos, man. It was crazy.
But it was
That's
like
the
it was
part I
like a
definitely
2-camera.
remember.
It was like a 2-camera cut.
Yeah.
They had B-roll.
Yeah.
To go with it.
Damn.
So it was
Yep.
weird.
It's weird.
We should be filming this with the camera.
Oh, Lords of Summer, the Metallica's new song. Has everybody heard Lords
No,
of
I
Summer?
still
haven't.
haven't
Nope.
yet. Yeah. I love. Oh,
Shit, I haven't heard Dark Side
have
of the
we?
Moon yet.
Have
Come
we?
on.
We haven't met since the Dio medley they put together. Oh my God,
That was
that's
a good
great. Metallica.
Yeah, it was good.
Dio.
Yeah.
Dio.
You gotta
What
find
was-
that,
what was
Sam.
it? What did they just say the Dio medley? What was it?
I don't know what it
They
was
put a
called.
name to it?
It was
I think
called.
so.
I know Merciful Fate was just Merciful Fate. The Merciful Fate. Is that what the name of the band is? Medley, Merciful Fate with King Diamond.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
I love
Hey,
King
did,
Diamond.
did anybody
Very
catch,
satanic. I feel bad for listening to it, but I do love King Diamond.
Did anybody catch Bruce Springsteen covering Jump? Van Halen's Jump when
He
they were
did
in
it in
Texas.
Dallas.
Yeah.
If you would like, I can bring in the tickets I had for that concert that I didn't go to.
Oh,
Oh, hey, speaking of tickets,
What
did
the
you
hell?
ever sell your NCAA tickets?
Yes.
Fantastic.
All right.
I
really
took a
don't
bath
wanna-
on them.
I don't really want to get in on
Yeah,
that.
let's not get into
Okay.
what I'm
Moving on.
Lords of Summer. A lot of the newer songs could be pruned to a tight 5 minutes instead of a rambling 8 minutes. Still a decent song. I like it. I agree with some of that, but
Ronnie Rising medley.
yes.
yes.
it's
Oh
good
my
stuff.
God, it's great.
I agree that a lot of some of their stuff,
Something.
does that even make sense? A lot of some of their stuff
There you
Yeah.
could
go.
be trimmed, but it's
Right.
not like they're Kid Rock. Just about all Kid Rock songs can be trimmed by 3 minutes and be fine. Jerry's first album on cassette, Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. Have you heard that, Sam?
I have heard it.
Have you heard Too Fast for Love?
Yeah.
Too fast.
Too fast.
Have you heard
Oh.
the self-titled Motley Crue album with John Corabi as lead singer?
Most of some of it.
I own that one. I own the CD.
Most of some of
When
it.
I'm going to go find it. When we come here, I'm
Generation
going to throw it
Swine.
at your head.
Something's going down.
Yeah, something's going down out there. We better get on the scanner. Oh, Lord. Jerry's first concert. Corey Hart in 1984. Whoa! Canadian. I believe he's a Canadian.
Yes, he
Yes,
is.
Yes.
Do you Yankee Blue Jean types remember Sunglasses at night.
And Never Surrender. That was his other big.
Never surrender.
I wonder if people put on sunglasses when they were at the concert.
And he couldn't see shit.
Yeah,
He should. His merch should have been sunglasses.
Don't
for people
push
to
around
put
a
on.
man with shades. Oh no!
Yeah.
Is that a line from
Floyd
that?
reference?
Yeah, that's what it is.
On iTunes, Sunglasses at Night is on a now this is what I call the 80s or whatever compilation, and it's album only. I mean, you can't just cherry pick that. You're going to have to go to the Sunglasses at Night album.
What else is on
To
it?
get
though?
it.
Oh
Good
yeah,
stuff.
Oh no, it's going to play the song.
Oh, you dick!
we'll have to pay for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Speaking-
Billie
yeah.
Jean,
Billy. Okay.
pop music.
Pop music.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pop,
that's a
What
good
I like
one.
about you? Call me.
Call me.
Yeah.
Hit me with your best shot.
Hit me
With
with
your best shot.
Keep on loving you.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep
Yeah,
on
go ahead.
Betty Davis eyes.
Betty
Oh, I love
Davis.
that song.
What the hell? This is Barry
Jesse,
Gibb. What are you
Jesse's a
doing?
girl.
Jesse's girl.
Okay.
Point is probably moot.
Yes, it's moot. That's the first time I'd heard moot. And I was like,
Oh, the
he messed up. He said mute wrong.
Queen of Hearts.
Playing with
Playing
the
with the
Queen
Queen
of
of
Hearts.
Hearts.
Stu
Yeah.
Snooten.
Knowing it ain't only smart.
The Stroke.
Stroke me. Stroke me.
8675309.
I got it. I got it.
I still write that on bathroom walls.
I got your number on the wall.
Only the Lonely.
Yeah, the motels.
I love that
I don't know
song.
that someone's gonna have to.
Don't you want me?
Only the lonely can
Oh, yeah.
play.
Don't you? Yeah.
Iran.
So
I
far
ran to Iraq. What?
Flock of Eagles. That's a
Like
fantastic.
seagulls.
Seagulls.
Seagulls. Seagulls.
You asshole. He's thinking of the Eagles of death metal.
That's what he's thinking.
She blinded me with science.
Science.
Blinded with
Science.
Thomas Dolby.
Total eclipse of the heart.
Turn around. I locked the door. I don't know where that little girl's voice is
Maybe
coming
somebody.
from. The joint's haunted.
Anyway, the topic that I
Ghost
came up
bear.
with, we can hit this real quick and then
We gotta go.
we
I
can
locked
we,
the
yeah
door,
we can
I
wrap
thought.
this up, or we can wait until next week and talk about it.
Well, just
You know how on
shit it out.
that metal show they talk about like they had like the 5 best Kiss songs or whatever.
Oh, yeah, hold on a minute. If you want to email about what Dustin's getting ready to throw out, grand schemes at channel1itv.com.
.com.
Now this isn't this is this
Especially
this,
if you've never emailed before and you like this
Yeah.
show for some reason.
now and we've talked about this before.
Let's talk it.
Best song by a band, the very first song on the very first album, best one.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Yep.
Well, first of all, we're going to have to know the first album and the first song.
I always maintain Black Sabbath.
That's what I was going to say. But
I'm gonna have to think on that.
what about
Running with
on
the Devil?
Thriller,
Ooh.
Beat It?
Yeah, no, I'm
That's
talking
not his
about
first album.
First album,
What
first
about
band.
on the Jackson 5, I Want You Back?
Was that their first album?
I don't know.
No, he doesn't know.
He doesn't. What was the first? What was the first song on?
See,
Beauty and the
what
Blowfish?
Dustin fails to realize is we're going to have every first album with the first song on every album to be able to judge this.
Yeah,
Well,
because
like,
I could.
Deuce is the first song on Kiss's debut
Deuce.
album.
No,
is it not?
Strutter is.
Strutter is. Yes, that's right.
Shut up!
Yeah.
Banana.
That's a winner.
banana.
And I've got iTunes.
Van
here.
Halen's first album was
Running with the Devil.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Bum, bum, bum.
That whole first Van Halen record, I love it.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to ask.
Sorry.
Now they did have the discussion on
with the devil.
that metal show of Van Halen 1 or Van Halen 2, or was it you stuck on a island or whatever?
No, it was which it's the what's at the end, the toss up or whatever, where you have to choose Van Halen 1 or Van Halen 2. The best, I guess the best. Which one of these is the best Van Halen
And
album?
Van Halen 2's
Van
got
Halen
beautiful
1, Van Halen 2.
girls, so
It's true.
Not only that, but it's got
Women in Love.
Somebody give me a shot. Yes.
yeah.
Somebody give me a doctor.
Yeah.
Dance the Night Away.
But the Van Halen first one, every song on that's a hit. Essentially, everybody's heard those songs. But
Hole.
because I've listened to that over and over and over 1,000 times and know every song on there, I'm going to go with Van Halen 2.
I like one.
Just for somebody to get me a doctor.
Yeah.
Doesn't it have Bottoms Up?
Okay, what Van Halen album would you pick if you could take
Oh,
any
that's
of them.
easy. Fair warning.
Man, I hardly
Mean
listen
Streets, Dirty Movies.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Main Street, Dirty Movies.
Is that everybody wants some?
Romeo
on that one?
Delight.
to that. No,
Romeo
that's
Delight.
no. That's on Women
You
and Children First.
Take
was a
your
double
whiskey
album.
home. Take
That's
your whiskey home.
Women and Children First.
Then if you know all the songs, why don't you tell us what's on Fair Warning? You put.
So this is Love. I think that's on Fair Warning.
Yeah, it is. So this is doom 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 doom. That's good stuff.
Right.
Bop 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 shooby doo wop. That's on the first one.
Right.
You're gonna
Unchained?
get me on that one, you dick. Unchained. Come on, one of
Yeah,
the greatest
Unchained,
riffs
yeah.
of all
Right.
time. It's Fair Warning. We've decided that. Anything
I like
else?
Diver Down myself. But
Anything-
You would.
I knew you'd say that
You
too.
son of a bitch. I'm a Rick Ross fan now. Have we discussed that?
No.
Lamb.
Here's something new.
Belushi, John Belushi, if he lived, this one's been on my pod fodder for at least 2 months.
Okay.
If John Belushi had lived, would he have a Bill Murray career or an Eddie Murphy career?
Bill Murray.
He would have it bigger than Bill Murray, I think.
Probably so.
Well,
but
I wouldn't
what-
say
but
bigger.
Near the end,
But you're saying
he
similar.
made some shitsters.
Well, he was trying to do something a bit more serious, and people weren't buying.
Neighbors,
Continental Divide.
Continental Divide, 1941.
Well, that's before.
Well,
Blues
here's what I'll
Brothers did.
say. He would never, ever have started doing kids' movies like Eddie Murphy.
No,
No way he would have ever done
No.
that.
he wouldn't have done the sequel to the Blues Brothers if it was
Oh hell no!
What if John
unless they went
Goodman
with the original
kidnapped him
script.
and fed him lewds?
I would have taken the Bill Murray career.
Bill Murray, yeah.
Well,
But would he
of course
what
you'd
would he
take-
have
well,
done
no,
of
no.
all? Would he have done all those Wes Anderson movies? Belushi, I think that would have been
His next big one was going to be Ghostbusters. He would have done that.
Yeah.
had he
Yeah.
lived
Instead of Bill Murray?
instead of
Aykroyd.
no,
no,
obviously
it's
instead of
Ramis.
Murray. Instead
Oh,
of
okay,
Murray, I
so
think.
Bill
It would have
Murray.
been Bill.
Yeah.
But didn't they say they were going to have Eddie Murphy play Winston's part, but Eddie Murphy turned it down, so they really cut that part back?
Yeah, I think they
I
wanted
think
him.
it was supposed to be Aykroyd, Belushi, and Eddie Murphy,
I
right?
believe so, yeah.
Wow.
And then Eddie Murphy didn't want to do it or turned it down.
Well, he
or-
did
I
Beverly
actually
Hills
think,
Cop,
I actually
so.
think that they punched up that character for him, and then, he blew it off, and so they took it
Something I tweeted out on the Kinder Friends on Facebook, Kinder Friends Wonder Powers Activate, about
That only 4 of us can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Devin's a hermit.
Yes.
Might be a hobbit, but definitely a hermit.
I'm a shut-in.
It was your favorite band that no one knows about, or no one's ever heard.
I forgot about that.
I think that's what it was.
I had
Favorite
something.
bands no one's heard of. I've got 5 written down on here, but I'm not prepared.
Okay, so we want to do that.
It's going to be musical. We're actually going to play music. If Stone Cold Steve Austin could play Kung Fu Fighting on his show, surely this show, which only is listened to by Nick and Jerry Mercer,
Right
we
face.
can get
and,
away with playing music by bands no one's ever heard
No
of.
one's ever heard of.
Yeah, speaking of bands, I wanted to ask Sam something. Sam, I tweeted you earlier this week about
no.
the Lady Gaga concert.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
I checked
Lady
it out.
Gaga.
I didn't see all of it, but I did check it out.
Yeah, she did. She was doing a free live concert. I don't know what it was. I just
Roseland
saw-
Ballroom in New York. They're about to shut it down.
she
oh,
did
she did a
all
whole
live
week
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think of it?
Somebody puke
That
on
was
her?
great. No, not from what I saw.
Damn it.
They didn't puke on her.
Anybody pee on her?
She deserves to have all the
Pia?
attention
Pee?
that she had
Oh.
5 years ago. But ever since Miley Cyrus and the 6 months
I
that
just
she
think
took
that
off with
that
her
has
hip,
ruined it.
You
I
think
think
Miley
it really
Cyrus
has.
has usurped Lady Gaga's power?
It's
think-
it's taken it's it's come.
Wait a minute.
That
Are
was
you
the break
saying-
that she took.
Are you saying she's stolen it away from her,
No.
or she's just diluted it?
no, I think that Lady Gaga taking 6 months off, kind of.
And look at how easy, look at
Hell,
how easy it
what,
was.
She can't be Lady Gaga 24/7, can
It's
she?
like when Paul Orndorff did not get the surgery when he should have with
That's
Hogan,
right.
and now he's
It
got a
ruined him. It
bummed
ruined his
arm for the
career.
rest of his life.
And then
But he still
then
has
it
his
caused
career.
him to have that side effect. The surgery caused him to have the side
Right.
effect of a Sam Elliott
So
mustache.
she took off when she needed to, and it kind of killed her.
Well, yeah,
momentum.
but what I think to me what's more impressive is that all Miley did was like just take more clothes off, whereas Lady Gaga has to build geometric gowns and things to wear.
Did you know?
Did you see that video? GUI? Did you see
No, I
that
haven't
video?
seen that yet.
Well, see, that's way too long. It's like classic Lady Gaga kind of video. Though.
Did you know that the Junkyard Dog never showed fear? to Kamala.
Because he
I didn't know
smells
that.
fair. He's a dog.
You're an idiot.
Somebody said the Iron Sheik, which is where I go to for my news. On Twitter, the Iron Sheik said that Hannibal Buress was the nephew, or is it Hannibal Buress? Maybe
Whatever.
Burris, I think is how they say
was the
it.
nephew of the Junkyard Dog.
What?
Look at
I have
that.
not heard that.
Look at that.
Kevin Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan rising through the canvas.
You're an idiot.
They don't do stuff like that anymore.
The last one that did that, well, The Undertaker.
Hell, the Ultimate Warrior did it in WCW, and then Davey Boy Smith got dropped on the little contraption, and it messed his back up, and he couldn't
That's
wrestle
true.
anymore.
And he died.
Oh, poor Davey Boy. Dynamite Kid does not like him. I'm in the middle of that book as well.
God, Dynamite's a bastard.
He's just very misunderstood.
Have you read about it where he woke up his wife with a gun in her mouth?
No, haven't got
Okay.
that part.
Wow.
Spoiler alert.
I can't wait.
Wait, is current wife?
What a wake
I
up
don't
call.
know. He's just now. I've got to the point where
That book's pretty old.
Where he
though.
and Davey Boy have. It's not quite as old as you think it is. 1999, 2000. He. That's not old,
Yeah,
Sam.
14 years old. Okay, my bad. 15.
Sam. You know how old Dark Side of the Moon is? It's 150 effing years old, and you've never heard of it.
You know how long it was Billboard Top 100?
73.
Oh, up
years.
until late 80s, I think.
73 effing years, and you've never heard
It's
of
like
it.
715 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to go on. You're going to have to listen to this by the next show.
I don't think we need to go on. I think we've
You're going to have to
run off
listen
the
to
rails
the next show.
10 minutes ago.
NBC. I saw Aaron tweeted or Facebooked it. Something
That
about
was
the
a
NBC
scam.
comedy playground.
Oh yeah, I saw
Where,
that.
They're
It's a great.
accepting-
They're going to let somebody create a new camera series and a new web series. They're going to pick finalists,
Yes.
but you have to be in the Writers Guild of America.
But
And that's
but
If we were going to develop a show,
I saw in the rules where you either have to already be in it or at least go through the application process.
And see, that's the thing too. I don't know how much it is. I want to say it's like $20-something bucks, maybe more than that.
Man, I can't do it.
shit, man.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm gonna have to read up on it again.
Anyway.
'Cause
Well, when's the deadline? How long do we
The
have?
deadline is like the end of June.
They start
I
taking
think.
submissions May 1st.
May 1st, and I think they said
The
it was going to be a
deadline,
month
I think,
or
is
two.
June.
Let's do
It's either
this.
June 30th or like July.
We'll all pitch
That's
in.
what I'm saying.
And they
Let's do a show.
But
$4 a piece.
Oh,
I don't think it's going to be developed probably until the next cycle.
We
I
won't
can
give
wait.
them-
What
I've got nothing but time.
We won't give them our best idea because they'll screw it up.
Right. We'll want
course,
to keep
it's
our best
NBC.
idea for when they pick our shittiest idea and put us on TV.
Yeah.
Good thing.
A show about nothing.
Oh, that was Seinfeld.
I think what we need to do is a show based around Devin and Sam.
my
The
life,
shut-ins.
my life is.
Much like Broad City.
Oh, Broad City!
And they go on adventures together.
I want to do a sitcom where there was a married couple and the guy isn't always wrong every damn week. And a guy told me you cannot do that.
Let's do a sitcom
I said you can
where
make
they-
Star Wars, but you can't make a sitcom where the guy's right. He
Let's
said,
do
no.
a sitcom then where the husband beats the wife, Sam.
I didn't say you had to do
Damn
that.
it! The wife is always right. If TV's taught me one thing, that's it. Besides,
the wrong
people of color are always criminals.
That's
That's the
racist.
second
Racist.
thing TV has taught me.
You know what TV has taught me? If there's a man and a woman in a commercial, the guy's going to be wrong. But if there are two men in the commercial, the bald guy is going to be wrong.
He's bald.
That's
because he's bald.
baldest. You're a raging anti-baldist.
That's what happens.
I don't
That's
know.
what happens. Dustin's thinking about
I've
it.
never paid any attention. I
we, had
can't.
a,
Dustin can't be bothered with that shit.
Psychology.
we had to do a.
Just listen to too
we,
much Pink Floyd.
we had to do a television show based around podcasters.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Hasn't
This,
been done.
you know, you
Mark
come
Maron
in
show.
and we do the podcast
Oh.
and we talk
God,
about
he's an
what
ass.
happened, and then we
Mark
leave
Maron,
out.
Is that the was he on G4?
Mark
Is that the guy I'm
Maron.
thinking of?
I don't know.
Mark.
He's
He
Mark
was,
Maron.
no,
Mark
the-
Maron's got an IFC show where he.
Yeah.
No, the
It's
guy
their
that was on
podcast.
Attack of the Show and he big guy with glasses. Mark.
I have no idea.
Very surly.
Mark Fitzgerald.
Marky Mark.
He was very nerdy.
Mark-
God, he was nerdy. Anyway,
Mark
You're the
Summers.
one who watched G4.
no.
I think that's about
Let's
it.
wrap this
I'm,
movie.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
calling an end to this horse shit.
Let's have a cookie.
Email us, grandschemes@channel1itv.com. If you would like to email an idea for a sitcom and or web series
We'll not get any
Do
credit
it.
for it.
for us to develop and not give you any
And-
credit
Exactly.
and or
We
money,
can't give you any credit or money.
please.
We're on
Feel free.
YouTube now. Correct?
Yes,
We're on
we're on
YouTube.
YouTube. Yes.
We're on YouTube. I don't know how the hell you find it.
Channel, if you look it up on YouTube, it's Channel 1 ITV. If you like our podcast, be sure to subscribe to our channel.
And maybe we'll put a video up there one day.
Yeah,
I've
got a GoPro now. You know,
I saw a picture on the Twitter. Oh no, Sam's been called away. It must be emergency surgery.
If you like our podcast
or the podcast, Puller Pond.
Punch that like button, hit that subscribe button, and
Ricky Steamboat with a mustache.
And
Barry Windham, looking just like Blackjack Mulligan. I
See
love
what I needed to.
You're screwing up my train of thought.
If we love the podcast,
wrap it up.
It's on YouTube. Channel 1 ITV
and
on
the
YouTube.
other places, iTunes and on Channel 1.
iTunes, YouTube, Channel 1 ITV, and in the grand scheme of things.
If you subscribe to it on YouTube, we'll at least know how many people listen to
This is true.
show.
Yes. So,
otherwise, send us whatever you got. We'll be in there. We'll be in here next week unless someone gets a touch of the crew.
Yeah, swine
Grand
flu.
schemes at channel1itv.com.
Oh well, I wish we could sign off just as he's coming in and he can yell the sign off line away from the mic.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme of things,
nobody gives a shit.